Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tales on Tap. We are back for Aerilon, A Destined Journey. We hope that you're doing well and that you've had a wonderful week so far, a wonderful day, and you're about to have a wonderful evening. But thank you so much for joining us again on our wonderful second campaign, where we adventure through a wonderful homebrew world of Aerilon. So if you weren't here last week, why the fuck not? It was amazing. We did a one-shot, a collaborative one-shot. It was amazing. If you haven't watched it already, it's over on YouTube. Go check that out. But welcome your faces to Tales on Tap. Thank you very much for joining us. We are back with the usual crew this evening. Hello, usual crew this evening.
Hello.
How are you all doing? You okay?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Good. Well, just in case we've got any newcomers and any new faces to the Tales on Tap stream, why don't we go around and introduce ourselves? So, Han, you may as well take it away. Do you want to say hello to the folk?
Yeah, hello. My pronouns are they, she. I'm Han. Hi.
Nice.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, Evan, I hate to say this, but try and top that. That's right, you can't.
Really.
Yep. Nailed it. Do you want to say hello to everyone?
Hello, everyone. It's nice to see you all here.
Good lad. Natalie, do you want to say hello?
Hello, I'm Natalie.
This is going well, guys. Dan?
We're out of practice.
Yeah, it seems so.
We haven't had a week of break.
Dan, do you want to say hello to everyone?
Me? Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Dan.
Oh, Chris, bring it home, brother.
I am Chris. That's so aggressive.
I'm Chris.
Think about it, what the papers may say.
We are back, so thank you very much for joining us this evening. As I say, we are kicking in with episode 10. Guys, 10 episodes.
Yeah.
I feel like we've played a lot more of this than 10 episodes so far. Like,
Oh, yeah.
But we're only on episode 10. But before
To be fair, you've expanded the universe twice.
Uh-huh.
And it is going to be expanded more in the future, we think.
Very exciting.
Maybe. So, before we get into tonight's session, let's get the announcements out of the way. And because I have my wonderful crew here with me this evening, I don't have to fuck it up. So...
well, I mean...
So we did that for you.
Never too late.
Nope. So, Han, why don't you tell us about one of our wonderful sponsors, please?
Of course. So we are sponsored by our good friends at Awfully Queer Heroes, two individuals who create incredible neurodivergent and LGBTQ+ friendly maps, modules, the like. If you go and subscribe to their Patreon, you will gain access to 500+ maps immediately for personal and stream use. You should also head over to their socials, which we've got a link down in the dungeon for. They are constantly releasing new content, and if you've been around for a few weeks, you know I've been speaking about this A Tale of Two Queens, this pirate level 16 to 20 adventure. So this is still coming soon. We will let you know when it is available to be backed. But yesterday, they released a video trailer giving a bit more information about what the module will contain. So we're talking pirate subclasses, we're talking monsters, NPCs, pirate games. It's going to be so fun, and I cannot wait to get my hands on this. So keep an eye on their Kickstarter, follow them on Patreon, go and get their existing modules and maps over at Drive-Thru-RPG, and just support them because they are incredible people doing an amazing thing.
I love that. Well, Han, you might not have to wait that long before you get your hands on it, because we are actually doing a Tales on Tap review of this Kickstarter. So they're going to provide us with a preview of this, and we're going to sit around a table together and discuss it. That'll be on YouTube in the next few weeks. So yeah,
I love pirates.
Pirates cool. Pirates very cool.
So Natalie, do you want to tell us about one of our other lovely sponsors?
I will tell you about Valkyrie RPG. They are wonderful people that are currently in chat, and they also make lovely dice, lovely terrain, lovely, clothing. Hey guys, all their deets are in the dungeon. I actually haven't been on social media so much. I don't know if they've got any current stuff going on, but they're on Instagram, they're on Twitter, they're on all the things that you can see down in the dungeon. I'm sure they've got stuff going on. I'm sorry, I did
That's
not
all good.
prepare.
So at the moment,
also,
yeah, go on. I was going to tell them about the deals. Yeah, but go on.
You can do that in a second.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Hold your horses.
Use Tales10 at checkout for 10% off. That's our code. That's Tales10 at checkout. It doesn't work on subscription boxes, but they're well worth to check out anyway. But for deals, Dan.
Thanks. So at the moment, they have an offer on that ends like the 29th of this month, where if you spend over £30 in store, you get a free blind bag of dice. So a mystery bag of dice. I'm going to just quickly double check to see if their Valentine's Day giveaway is still on, because
Oh yeah, that's
it is. It is February 10th. We still have time. So if you want to enter their giveaway, if you go over to valkyrie-rpg.co.uk, they have a Valentine's Day giveaway, which is still running till the 10th of February. The winner will be announced on Monday the 12th, where you can win fabulous prizes such as a wooden heart-shaped dice box, some dice and things like that. So if you want to go and support them either way and enter a giveaway, then head over to Valkyrie's website and you'll find more information there. Cool. Evan, social media, what's happening, man?
Wow. Well, I'm not prepared for this at all. No, I am. I'm kidding. Social media, there's a lot happening, actually. So if you haven't followed us throughout the winter season,
and get out the stream. No, that was...
no.
Sorry, that was I'm
stay.
joking.
By all means, stay. Don't listen to Dan, because none of the rest of us do. If you haven't followed us throughout the winter season, there's been a lot of things going on, and everything that happens on Tales on Tap will go up eventually on social media, whether that is on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It can be essentially every platform that we have available. There's going to be news up there, and into this sort of following months, that there's going to be a lot of news. There might be potential new one-shots, two-shots coming up when Dan goes on a little break for a while. And then you're also going to hear a lot about our podcast that is still up and running, and it's going really well. If you guys want to have something on the go, then definitely check out social media for all the links to the podcast. And yeah, that's about it for social media so far, but more's coming.
Thank you very much, Evan. Appreciate your time. Hey, Evan.
Oh, Dan, special questions.
Special
question.
When you make a D&D character for a brand new long-form campaign, do you tend to lean more towards a more serious character, or somebody that's just to fuck around and find out and just a bit of a comedic character, or a mixture of both?
You again, you've caught your pants down today, were you?
It is a bit of both, I would say. I'm probably more towards the serious one. When I make a character, as I do quite a lot of, as my friends here at the table knows, I have unlimited on D&D Beyond, which means that I have a limited amount of characters coming up every week. I produce a new one, but it's more towards the story element that I focus on, and that tends to be towards the more serious one. I'm glad that I made a change with Timothy being a little bit more silly and comedic this time around.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Chris, I hear on the grapevine that there's some fun upcoming things happening with Tales on Tap. Why don't you tell me a bit more about it?
Couple of bits. We'll just run through those very quickly. Well, I mean, first of all, you can catch this episode and all previous episodes of Campaign 2, Aerilon, A Destined Journey, in podcast form, wherever you listen to your podcast, including Spotify, Apple Music, all those kind of lovely things. They go up on Thursdays and Sundays, so you can, catch them on your Friday commute or your Monday commute, or just when they come out. It's up to you entirely. Secondly, we will be having a one shot that is happening very soon, which will be between all the people that you see here. Dan is off on a very well-deserved holiday. So on the 20th and 27th of this month of February, one of us will be taking over the DM chair for the other remaining 4. Are we ready to announce who that is, or should we hold that for next week?
We'll hold that for next week, I reckon.
Okay, yeah, we'll hold that for next week. But it's going to be a very interesting one, potentially set in another homebrew world that you haven't seen before. So get excited for that. And then, if you didn't tune in last week, definitely go back and watch that episode, that collab episode, because on the 12th of March, part 2 will be airing right here on Tales on Tap. Part 2 of that very special collab one shot. If you didn't watch it, my God, go and watch it. It was a thrill ride. Things went crazy, and there's still plenty of ground to cover in part 2. So make sure you follow us on here and on YouTube and on social medias to find out more about that. But that's going to be happening on the 12th of March.
Amazing.
I had such.
Go on.
Go on.
No, go and finish your thought.
I had such FOMO watching it, so I was playing Baldur's Gate whilst watching it on the stream, just so I could feel a little bit involved.
And then further afield, we obviously have lots of fun things always planned and in the sidelines that we are working on. There's going to be some interesting things happening this year on Tales on Tap. Things are going to be switching up in significant ways at some point during the year. So we'll have more information about that in the coming weeks and months. Stay tuned.
Amazing. Thanks very much. Dan, we will obviously get to your announcement when and if it comes. But hey, Dan, I was looking on the internet the other day at famous Gary Gygax quotes, and I found one that I found interesting, and I thought maybe you'd have a bit of an insight on it. So there's no winning or losing, but rather the value is in the experience of imagining yourself as a character in whatever genre you're involved in, whether it's a fantasy game, the Wild West, Secret Agents, or whatever else. You get this sort of vicarious experience through those things. Now, what do you think Gary meant by that?
What the hell's happening right now?
What? I didn't catch any of that. I got Wild West out of all that, what you just said. What
is happening?
That about wraps up the announcements for this evening.
This is the Wild West.
Before we obviously do kick into tonight's session, as it's already been mentioned, all our episodes are available on YouTube every single week on a Sunday. We have podcast episodes launching twice a week as well. There's always stuff and always content out there from Tales on Tap. Even though we are only live once a week, we are all over the internet. So just go fucking look for us. You'll find us in the dark crevices of the internet. Like...
God damn it! No fucking.
So that about wraps up the announcements. Unless I've missed anything. No, we're not going to roll any. We're not actually rolling any dice tonight because the person that's going to be recapping for us next week is going to be Chris. You're going to be recapping next week. So
to clarify, we are going to be rolling dice tonight. We will be playing D&D, but the recap dice will not be rolled.
So, I think that's about everything, isn't it? If you are enjoying what you're watching, then hit that subscribe button. It does wonderful things like supporting, the tabletop RPG players that you see before you, but also gains you little cool badges that you see in chat. And if you're an envious type of person, like I am, and you see, oh my God, it's a cool little shiny thing next to that person's name. I wish I had one. Just push that little purple button that says the word subscribe, and woof, you get one. Like, amazing. Like, I can't.
You can also do loads of cool emotes, like I'm spamming in the chat right now.
Yeah, you get loads of cool little things. So there you go. Just hit that button. Cool. Right. So let's play some D&D, shall we? Which involves rolling die, from what I've just been told. No idea. So if you haven't already, go get a drink, get yourselves comfortable, because we are about to dive into another episode of Tales on Tap. Fucking hell.
This isn't the kind of life I ever expected to be leading when I arrived in Wyndmere. It almost makes me wish I hadn't left home. Stood in the room where the apothecary or alchemical specialist sat, bloodied and dead in the chair, his various extremities strewn about the place. There was little time to think why this dwarf had been murdered, as Pym, sharp as ever, hears the sounds of footsteps creaking within the building. With only one way out and little else in the way of options, Liana, taking the lead to catch those of us who aren't built for this, we all fling ourselves from the bedroom window. Pulling up cloaks, scarves, and whatever can be taken from around us, we do our best to slide into the busy midday crowds, but it seems our masterful escape didn't go unnoticed. As we started making our way to the southern lower quarters, Kiri informs me that a raven or crow flies overhead, lingering as if following us. That's when Kiri's calling card, I do hope it's called that would be a wonderful name for it, activates for the first time. Dipping into an alleyway, Kiri retrieves the card and begins to have what we gathered is a telepathic communique with our watcher from the skies. Seemingly, they want to guide us out of SBC eyesight and into safety. With little option, we all follow the directions given as we duck and weave through the streets, avoiding all lawful encounter, until we come to a small flower shop where we are to meet this individual. In a small courtyard away from prying eyes, we see the shadowy benefactor. A little overzealous on the roguish attire, but then who am I to judge? After a little bit of back and forth, this person, and them showing off their ability to disguise themselves, they reveal themselves by the moniker of the Raven. Apparently, this less than fortunate-looking individual is yet another philanthropic individual fighting for the good of the downtrodden. And has the kind of personality that seems to resonate with enough of us that information we didn't need to reveal is. I don't trust him, but then again, that could just be me. Very rarely are people good for the sake of being good. Nobody is agendaless, and he wants something. We just don't know what it is yet. After hashing out the rest of the conversation, we managed to get him to agree to lead us in the direction of our other true goal for today, Alden Ironheart's warehouse. Following his telepathic directions, we once again make our way through the lower city, thinking we are under the radar. We couldn't have been more wrong. An SBC ambush was awaiting us. The SBC are practitioners of arcana far beyond anything we can handle in our current state. They have us surrounded with Eddie and Liana held in place with magic I cannot undo. They shouted at us, telling us to drop to our knees and give up. My heart beats in my head. It's hard to think. I'm not used to this. I'm not a fighter. But I have to be. I won't let anyone imprison me again. They cannot be reasoned with as much as I try. I produce a flame to defend myself. They fired at me and I fired back. They looked hurt. I attacked the SBC. By all that fits, I feel as if my place in everything is coming loose. What did I do? The battle is fierce, and we give as many good blows to them as they give to us. Sticking to our agreement not to kill, we start to knock them out one by one, but it gets close. Pym is very badly hurt, and Liana, well, her warrior's might seems to have got the better of her for a brief moment, and another officer falls dead. That's 2 against us now. We knock out the remainders and take stock for what little time we can. Well, the rest of them do. My head rings with a toneless pitch, and I follow orders thrown my way for a time. Racing into the building, we shut the doors, and Eddie and Liana begin to frantically search around, kicking in a barricaded door and seeming to find something, but I'm not sure what. Pym shakes me round, asking me to use his tree, man, to get into a room I can't open. I'm not sure why, but his eyes and ears are better suited for lookout. Moving through root and earth, I pop up on the other side of the door. It's heavily bolted from the inside, and there are many crates in here. Looking into one of the open ones, my heart hits my chest hard again. Face masks and vials. Flux gear, and lots of it. Our first big lead.
Nice.
Very nice.
Very good, mate. Very, very good.
Nice.
Virgil, how many hero die do you have?
1?
1, you can have an extra one for that. That was very, very good.
Thank you.
Very good. So, we rejoin our adventurers in Alden's kind of warehousey shop. Who knows what this place is? Are they going to kill Alden? Are they going to die themselves? What the fuck is this crate of flux gear doing in this cupboard? We'll find out, I suppose. So, guys. Virgil. Oh, that was a bit heavy.
That was very
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Virgil, you stand in this dark warehouse room with a huge bolted door beside you. And next to you on the right-hand side, this crate that as you peer in, you see numerous amounts of empty vials with face masks attached. You've seen these devices before. But I will come to you first.
I guess I second them. Okay. Yes, Virgil looking in and quickly realizing what he's staring at takes stock of everything he has seen, sort of snapping back into motion a lot quicker than he had before. I'm going to spend that hero die you just gave me to give myself back a spell slot of 1st level.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my one of my I can't remember what it's called now, class abilities. Placing his hand to his spell book, he's going to sort of twist something and then pull out what look like two little circles. And as he pushes them together and sort of pushes them between them, a small band appears between them, and he places them over his eyes, like those little glasses you put on your nose that have no things. And I am going to cast Detect Magic using this ability that lets me use it without using the spell slot straight away, essentially.
Nice.
But it's, Detect Magic on the whole room, and I'm just looking around for anything. I'm looking at the deadbolts to see if there's any sort of enchantments or wards on them, any signs of magics that may be looking, listening, just anything in the room, essentially.
Okay, you cast out this arcane spell of Detect Magic on the room. You don't get the sense that anything in the room is magical.
Mm-hmm.
However, when you do turn around, the top and the bottom bolt on the door are not glowing, but the one in the middle has a faint glow to it.
Do I, if I investigate, sort of looking towards it, can I get a sense of what school of magic this is?
If it's what I think it is, it'll be abjuration. But
Yeah, if it is what I think it is, yeah, it is as well, but I want to be sure.
I fucking hate you guys.
I am the magic man.
It is magical magic.
It's, it's that magic kind of magic. Shit.
It's a kind of magic.
It is
Magic-y magic.
It is enchantment.
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 Okay. Notice it, so seeing one of the bolts is enchanted in some way or another. Virgil is going to, knowing Kiri and Pim aren't too far away, sort of just give a very hard knock on the door to try and get attention, seeing as Pim knows he's in the room.
Okay. Okay, so you bang on the door. Okay, Pim and Kyria, you guys went to the main, like near the front door to keep a watch.
Yes.
I would like one of you to make me a perception roll, please.
Oh, it's not me. Guidance.
I think we have a guy for that.
Pinception.
That's his movie.
That's a let's see, so that's 14 plus 6 plus 3, so 23.
23. You are both kind of keeping an eye out on the area outside of Alden's shop, warehouse place. Yeah, and you are, Pim, your eyes kind of, you cast your eyes over this pile of SBC bodies. and you spot that where one of the individuals who you knocked out unconscious is lay, their jacket is open, and you see on the inside jacket pocket, and it was the lead SBC agent who approached you initially. You see that their jacket is open, and there is a scroll, or at least a small bit of parchment, kind of jutting out of an inside pocket of their jacket as they're sprawled on the ground. But as you're kind of like looking over this scene of, well, violence,
we staged
the
it.
aftermath of violence that you've definitely staged.
And hid behind a tree.
Yeah. But you also hear the boof, boof, boof on the door where you kind of teleported Virgil in. But I would imagine that Bark is still within that room with Virgil, right? Because you instructed him to stay within to pull him back out when needed, right? Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you hear this banging on the door.
Bark, ask him what he wants.
Virgil, the little kind of sprout that's next to you, this sapling kind of looks up and goes,
"What do you want?"
Oh, that's useful. Tell Pim to get Eddie, Liana, get everyone. There are face masks, flux. There is gear in here. Just tell him that.
Pim, Virgil says to get Liana, Eddie, the rest of them, the face masks, the flux, and the gear.
Okay. Thank you, Bark. Kyria,
Yes?
Virgil says to gather Eddie and Liana.
Okay.
Something about face masks and flux.
Right, I can do the first task. I don't exactly know what the second action point is. 2 seconds, and keep watch. I will go to Liana, where I saw Liana and Edivir.
Yeah, so you burst through into the second room to see these huge crates and boxes lining the walls, and you see Liana grabbing and kind of like holding this like human like individual by the scruff of the neck, like up, and you see Edivir with 2 sacks in his hand. Cloth sacks in his hand, look quite heavy. Kind of, it looks like they're holding quite a lot of whatever's in it. As you kind of like walk in, and as you step in, Alden just turns to the room, i.e. Edivir, and Liana goes, "Right, come on, I gave you what you want. Now I told you leave, and I swear, I remember faces, and I will remember yours."
And I turn around to Kyria.
In your head, you hear, Eddie?
Don't worry, we've got what we came for.
By him?
What?
What are you doing with him?
Getting what we came for.
Okay, Virgil wants us. And I leave.
Okay.
In the meanwhile,
yeah,
I'll just turn back to Liana and I'll just say, well, we can talk to the others about this. Keep him where we can see him for now. And I'll continue to take both bags. I'll sling both of them over a shoulder each.
yeah, and walk out the room.
Walk into the main room.
Okay.
Liana she a little bit like holding a lantern. She just brings him in front of her and brings him into the main room. Not, his feet are like dragging, or you're not really touching the ground. Right?
He is like fighting to get you off. Like he's very much like, get off me! I can walk myself,
Don't make me tie you up.
Unhand me up. And he's just like struggling as you like
Edivir,
kind of frog
get me the
march
rope.
I'll just turn around and just put a dagger to his chin. Like, under his chin. I was like, stop making this more difficult for yourself. And I'll turn back around.
I'm not the one making it difficult, am I? I heard that commotion outside.
Oh, shut up. What is it? Are we nearly done out here? Where's Virgil?
Him? Where's Virgil?
You hear poof, poof, poof on the locked
Virgil's
door.
in the closet.
I'm very far out, sweet.
As Kyria went inside to talk to Eddie and Liana, was I standing by a window
That's
or
good.
by the door with a little crack in the door? Or
By the door
was I
with
by
a
the
little
window.
By the door with a little crack. So you're kind of like
Okay.
stood at the door that you came in.
In that case, because we did long rest,
No, we didn't.
No, it didn't.
Negative. We short rested.
when
We've not had a long
when
rest.
we
since
long rest
left.
before after gathering Kyria.
No.
What's
Yeah.
we rested. We haven't rested since we came up the pipe and fought the rat people.
Yeah, we had a short rest in the shop.
We had a long rest before that, and then we had a short rest after that at the shop.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. In that case, I'm casting Unseen Servant over by the scroll
Okay.
Oh yeah.
and telling it to get it towards me.
Okay. You see this unseen servant picks the scroll up out of the pocket and just walks over and hands it you.
Thank you. I'll pop that in my pocket.
Okay.
Virgil, darling, are you okay?
Yes. Did the message came through properly? Right. There's a lot of flux gear in here. Face
Oh no,
mask.
that absolutely was not said. The words were
what?
said, just not the message. Apparently there's flux gear in there.
Can I turn to look at our little captive friend to see
Yeah.
how he is
Yeah.
reacting?
As soon as that's said, you see his eyes are a little bit wide, and you see that for the fight that he's put up till now, you kind of see that there's very little resistance now. He's very much just kind of like stood and not really engaging and just kind of staring a little bit at the floor, eyes going everywhere.
Yeah, you see Edivir kind of falls into a bit of like a bit of a mind palace where things are flashing in front of him. He's like, wait. And he's like, SPC. They
Are they
weren't here.
monitoring you?
They weren't here for
Alden?
us. They were here for this place. Were they protecting you, or were they looking for you?
I don't know what you mean. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'll just sort of like look over his shoulder and nod to Liana with her claws on his shoulders.
Oh yeah, so with the one hand I'm holding him, I like dig into his shoulder with my other claws, and I'm looking to hurt him. So I'm looking to dig in my claws.
Okay.
Into him.
Go ahead and roll me some damage. You won't need to roll to hit because you have hold of him, but go ahead and roll me some damage, please.
My claws. Okay, yeah. So 4 points of
4
piercing.
points. Gee, get off! Oh, they weren't here for me.
They were here to protect this place, to guard it.
No.
Then why were they here?
I am a shrewd businessman. I would not bring the likes of law enforcement officers to my less than reputable place of business. Use your heads. They're here for you, not me.
In that case, it appears we've done you a bit of a favour.
What, by attacking SBC members outside of my place of business? Thank you. That honestly,
Listen to me. We have quite easily staged a scene out there that the SBC members themselves were on flux, and they turned outside of your reputable place. You are simply a victim here.
Yeah,
that alibi won't really last much beyond the other four
And waking
up and telling the true story. But listen, you're clearly talking out your ass. Why would they be here for us? Unless someone told them we were coming. Did you know we were coming?
Roll me an insight check.
Oh,
Okay, not bad. 17 plus 3, dirty 20.
Nice.
You get the sense that he is lying, but what he is actually lying about and the reasons behind it are very hard to kind of pick up.
Yeah.
but you definitely get the sense that he's lying.
Yeah.
Well, I think if SBC members were interested in my establishment, I would have probably noticed them by now.
Well,
And
if
yet,
you don't want...
the first sign of anybody within a position of power that could come sniffing around comes, oh wait, as you arrive. And then do what exactly? You fight them on my front porch, leading more SBC members here, meaning I now have to move. And you've stolen my money and stolen loads of goods as well. Excellent.
Well,
Good.
how about you start making some of that money back by telling us how the fuck we get out of here?
Oh, you probably won't make it out of here. No.
Virgil.
And if you do, you're probably all gonna die soon, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4 faces that I now have to just commit to memory. You see, I have friends, powerful friends, in powerful places within this city. How long do you think you'll last? A day? An hour? I wouldn't even give it that.
You sound like
Inside
you sound like you're trying to convince us to kill you right now. I hope you know that.
I'm
Dad,
trying to convince you
mean-
to run. Run and spend what little time you have left under whatever rock you crawled out from under.
What's going on with this door?
So while I'm sort of listening to this mild interrogation of whoever it is, I'm going to.
Virgil, you hear?
So while that's going on, I'm going to undo all the bolts that aren't glowing ever so slightly, just to see if they do just generally move and hold in place. If I just.
Yep, and they do.
Yep. The final one, I want to move it slightly. I don't want to actually undo it. I just want to see if it has the ability to move. I don't want to take it out. I just want to lift it and see if it will jiggle.
You grab it and you do you tap to as if to try
like,
and unlock?
like I aim to, but it's very gently. Like I'm not actually pulling it out. I want to see if it will move.
It will.
Okay. Then I'm going to leave it in place because that means something. Looking, because I can't message anyone. With what little time I have in here, I want to look at the crate that is open with the stuff in. Do I see any dates, shipping coordinates, logos, names, anything on it at all? As if I just like quick look around on top, underneath, signs, sigils, anything at all?
Make me an investigation check, please.
Does this door have any unlocking mechanism on the outside, or is it just dead bolted from within?
You can't see any like locks
I'm on the
or
outside,
anything.
so
Yeah,
like-
nothing. You can't see anything like that now.
Okay, so there doesn't appear to be a way to open it from the outside.
Nope.
I am going to message Virgil telepathically, and I'm going to just say, Virgil, darling, if we're not going to be able to get this out of here, but if you plant something known to us in these boxes, we can track the boxes.
Let me see if I can get the door open first. There's one bolt with a small amount of magic on it. It might be an alarm. I don't want to set something off. So if I can't, perhaps Liana could break the door without undoing the lock. Just give me a second. I will be out in a minute. I can still get back out under.
Okay.
23 was on the investigation.
23. Okay, so you don't. So on the box itself, it's a very plain box. You do not see any dates. You don't see a shipping address. You don't go, "Hey, this is going to this person." Delivery date on it. No, nothing like that. What you do find though is that every single kind of vial that you look at is stamped with the skull and viper on it. You see that. It looks like, and especially because of the size of this box and the quantity of these things in, it definitely looks like there's got to have been like a production line somewhere.
Yeah. So
to mass produce these. And looking at each one, they look identical. There is no like, it's not like they've all been like rudimentally put together. They've whoever has done this has spent time, effort, and energy making sure they're all identical.
Okay, that's good.
There's been some kind of quality assurance checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Cool.
There's probably a union at this place.
I doubt it.
A break room, a pool table. It's a nice place to work. That's what they do. Okay, looking at that, what do the other crates in here, do they look like if I tried to open one I could with ease, or are they all sort of nailed shut?
All nailed shut. This is the only one in here that's open that you can see.
But all the crates I'm looking at look the same. They're all very plain, very nondescript. Doesn't too much.
Yeah, various different sizes and shapes. There's a couple of barrels in here, a couple of like smaller boxes, bigger boxes, a couple of large crates. But this is the only box that's kind of open with the lid open a bit.
Last little bit of investigation, because I am smart. Anything that looks like paperwork, anything that looks like a checklist, anything that sort of looks like it's just a room with boxes.
Yes. And I think it kind of goes to show that if there's no way of physically opening this door from the outside, this is very much like everything in here is in here for a reason. You know?
Looking at everything, looking at the bolt on the door. Bloody hell, I do love magic, but I hate it sometimes. I'm going to grab hold of Bark and sort of looking down in primordial, she goes, "Take me back under the door, please." And hopes that will entail just. I don't know if that's how that works, or if I need to ask
as you say that, Pim, in your head you hear, he wants to come back now. Can I bring him back?
Of course.
Okay. And Bark just kind of like clasps your hand, and you just seep into the floor and woof, back up again. Like, it's very surreal, this feeling. Like, woof, woof, as you kind of appear in the main room with everybody else. And Alden goes, "Oh, a fifth one. And, oh, you brought your pet with you. That's nice. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Good to know."
Backing him now.
This is
as soon as Bark comes out, Pim's just gonna go, "Hold."
As you all see, like, Bark's arm just grow into the sword as he kind of like, his eyes glow red and then back to the green.
Kyria is going to approach this man, but as they do, is going to, if it's okay, grab the dagger out of Edivir's hand, and as they move, their face begins to flicker between various versions as they cast disguise self, and their form grows by a foot to this elegant, kind of high elven woman who looks very, very regal, and just holds the dagger to the chin. "Now listen here. You don't know any of our faces, truly, do you? So how about you stop your petty whining? You clearly been up to things that you absolutely shouldn't be. So you can shut up or get stabbed."
Make me an intimidation check, please. And I will take a deception roll with advantage, please.
Okay.
Holy shit.
So good.
I'm also going to need a full description of this elven lady, because this seems important.
Like, what's her star sign?
22 for intimidation.
22 for intimidation. Okay.
Yeah, and then deception with advantage.
Yes, please.
That is 18 deception.
Okay. You kind of see him kind of like look at the dagger that's kind of placed on his chest at the moment, and kind of look up to you and go, "All right. Fine. Take the money, take the goods, leave. Nobody has to get hurt."
Who did you see here today?
Clearly not who I thought I saw.
That's a good boy.
Could have been as simple as that before, but things have just gotten more complicated. What did you see in there? I'll turn to Virgil.
To Vig.
Sort of playing with a nail, trying to be intimidating in himself, but not quite doing it because it's a bit too camp. He sort of like walks towards Edivir.
Camp can be very intimidating.
Oh, yeah.
With a very sassy glare towards the man before he sort of
There was a crate in there. There's a lot of nondescript crates in there, but there is a lot of flux vials and face masks. mass-produced. They are identical in form and function and look. These have been brought in from somewhere. From what I've seen, I can't imagine there is somewhere in the city that could do this kind of thing. But he has them. Whether he's a middleman or actually providing for people, I don't know. But he knows something. This is a lead.
Okay. I'll turn back and say to Kyria, I'll walk back towards them and sort of do the thing where I turn my back and shoulder to the guy and sort of talk to Kyria as they're talking to this person. And I'll say, this guy knows something. If he's not as responsive to words, then maybe he'll be responsive to getting some of his gold back.
Now, I know that we've caused you a bit more trouble than you were probably expecting today. How about you just give us a little bit more information? We can return the gold to you.
As you say that,
Something else for your time.
Something we can use.
as you say that, Kyria, all of you hear, off in the distance, the distinct sound that you've all heard before of whistles being blown.
Yeah.
And he just kind of turns, and you can see that his expression has gone from fear to like borderline confidence now after hearing the whistles bellow out in the city, and he goes, "What kind of a businessman would I be if I gave up the names of those I did business to? Now, I'd love to strike up a business deal for you, but it doesn't sound like we have much time for paperwork, does it?"
Oh, sorry, do you want me to go and hearken the officers and make them aware of the flux that you have in your establishment? Oh, just 2 seconds. SBC! You are not in the position of authority you think you're in right now. You do not have the high ground, my dear. Tell us, how do we get out of here unseen?
Oh, sure, yeah, where are my manners? Of course I will help you, wonderful people who have knocked out and killed SBC members on my doorstep, raided my warehouse here, stolen goods from me, threatened me at knife point. Sure, let me just, how about, can you get a
Shut your
parchment?
fucking mouth, we don't have time for this. You either come out of here dead, or you come out of here with these 2 bags of money. There's only one way that you get the second option, and that's by us getting out of here as well.
Roll
we
me
don't
a
have time for
persuasion
your
check.
monologuing.
Roll me a persuasion check.
You also didn't
Was Kyria helping me?
Yeah, you sure you can have it with advantage?
Sorry, I just get impatient with these guys monologuing when we're about to be run down. Shut up! We don't care! Where's the stuff?
You got me monologuing. You sly dog.
That's a whole part of his plan. Advantage, yeah? Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God,
Guidance.
sake. With guidance. Well, that helps. So with advantage, it was a 10. Mine. Is this persuasion or intimidation?
Persuasion.
It's a 9.
So it's a 9.
A 9.
Plus guidance, which was a 3, so it's 12.
12. You see that Alden kind of starts, the gears are turning as he kind of like looks down towards the bags of gold, looks back at you, and just kind of, you see him, this battle in his own head, as he then turns and goes,
Edivir just starts going tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, looking at him.
"Leave me alive. Leave me with my life. Leave. And if anybody comes here, I won't send them your way. Take the gold. Take the crates. Take whatever you want. But just leave me with my life."
Is there a back way out of here?
No.
Not even through there.
Especially not through there.
Insight check.
Roll me an insight check.
14.
You don't get the sense that he's lying.
Locked from the end, locked from the inside. What, did the person just go through the fucking wall, did they? The person who locked it.
I can't be telling you that, can I?
You managed to tell us something.
Well, you managed to get in there. How did you manage to get in there? Magic. Well, kind of answers that question, didn't it?
Any hatch or door or anything else in that room?
I didn't. No, I didn't. It's a very secure room, and one of the bolts is mildly enchanted in some way. I imagine a little bit of magic would have got it open from the inside. He won't be lying, at least about this.
The sounds of whistles get louder, and Alden just deadpan stares at you, Eddie, and goes, tick-tock, tick-tock.
Do we need to bring him with us?
I'm gonna punch him square in the temple and try and knock him out.
Go ahead and roll me to hit, please.
That's what Leanna was gonna do, but okay.
Do it from both sides.
Cool. Wait, it's an unarmed strike, isn't it? So
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's going to be fuck all damage as well. Unarmed strike. Oh, it's a +2, so I got a 21. Because I got 19 to hit.
Nice.
But he takes 1 point of damage.
You just... Poof.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Can someone else sort this out, please?
Is that what? She just clocks him on the top of the head. Like with her fist and not with her nail, she is just punching him on the top of the head to knock him out.
For the sake of brevity, and so that we don't keep all rolling dice to do like 1 point of damage, just all of us just start laying into it.
What's that scene from Office Space where they're all just hitting the keyboard?
So Leanna, you just you know exactly where the like the nerves and the fucking like points are within like the shoulder and the neck. You essentially just kind of go whack on the side of his neck, and he just.
Oh wait, I could have used sneak attack on that actually. Technically, we're flanking, so I'll do that. Okay. Instead of 1 point, I did 9 points of damage.
Hey.
No, but it has to be a finesse weapon for it.
Yeah, fits on finesse. So yeah, she she just punches him, and that's how you do it. And she's gonna throw him on her back. He's coming with us, right?
Virgil's gonna quickly look around for like a very large Hessian sack of any kind, just something person-sized, mildly.
What?
Okay, you will find Hessian sacks, but most of the sacks and crates and things in here already have like goods and stuff in them. There is not like just Hessian sacks, body-shaped Hessian sacks lying around my D&D world. Damn,
He doesn't have a body bag.
I'd try and buy some.
I'm just going to pull my cloak out from underneath him and then put it back on top of me, so it's like he's on my back, and then the cloak is over him as well.
Oh, so we're taking Alden with us.
Well, okay, let's.
I thought that's what we were doing.
Let's talk.
The whistles are getting louder, guys.
He just said that
We have time. We agreed that he will not tell anybody. If word gets out, we know it's him. I will play something on him that we can track. We have to take 3 crates with us as well.
I'm running around. I'm running around the area. Okay, I'm running around the area. Do I recall, as we were approaching, even though it was quite a chaotic situation, seeing any carts nearby?
Oh, excellent question. You know full well there's a cart outside this shop.
Out front?
Yeah.
Under one of the tarps, there is a cart.
All right, cool. So
Sure, this shit.
yeah, we're gonna have to sort this out, aren't we? Can I look around the windows to see if I can see any horses?
There is no horses.
God damn it. Okay.
Have a lion.
Virgil's going to look to all of them as they're sort of looking around and goes, one of the bolts is enchanted. I don't know why. It might be an alarm. I didn't want to set it off, which is why I haven't opened it. If you can somehow break the door frame so the bolt doesn't come loose,
I mean,
that's probably a way around it, but other than that, I don't know.
Could be some kind of alarm. We might not want to let anyone know that we've tampered with what's in there.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I didn't touch it, or at least I didn't open it.
I could try.
I can knock it down.
I think that was probably not the best subtle approach if we want to make sure that we want to trick people
Just
into
tell me how
looking.
many one needed.
Do we need a horse?
Let's start carrying yes, a horse would be great. Let's start carrying the crates and the barrels. Stick that guy in a barrel, for fuck's sake, who cares? Let's carry the barrels and the crates out onto the cart outside.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna open the door and then I'm gonna get on all fours and be like, okay, this has to work. This has to work. Horse, 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 horse. And I'm gonna try and wild shape into a horse.
As all of us are carrying crates around, I'm like, okay.
So, your wild shape does not work like that, Evan, as per your character sheet, and you have already expended your wild shape to bring bark into existence.
But I have two wild shapes.
Okay. As per your
Proficiency times bonus.
can you wild shape into animals?
Yes, if I roll the percentile thing.
Okay, I don't know how this works, so you'll have to talk me through it, but there's a percentile thing to say if you can and can't.
Yeah, we talked about this
Oh.
in our conversation.
Just in the meantime, I am finding basically, I'm gonna get one of the pieces of string on my fingers and I'm tying it onto like his jacket or something, like something that I can trace and track.
Okay.
Did we put something in the vials box or no?
No, I don't think
okay,
Virgil ended up doing it.
We haven't got anything like that room yet. It's still locked.
Well, you were in there.
Yeah, but I got
You
out
could
under
have put
the.
something in the crate.
Yeah,
that's
but
fine.
I teleported in and out. The door's still shut.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
never mind.
just-
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That opportunity has passed.
Okay,
But,
so for the sake of brevity, you pile the 3 crates that you came here to get, the 2 big bags of something that you were handed, and
can I look inside one of those just
and,
to make sure it's actually cold?
a body in a barrel. So you...
Listen,
We're
I-
leaving the body in a barrel, I think.
Okay, so you're not taking him with you?
No.
No.
Well, let
apparently
me
not.
have a very quick look inside these sacks.
They
Make sure.
have various different coinage in it.
Okay, I'll take one. I'll drop the other one on his stomach as he
Okay.
lays there unconscious. Actually, I'll kind of chuck it to one side so it doesn't look like he's been knocked out, robbed, and then someone's left him with loads of money.
Okay.
I'll kind of stash it away somewhere where he will probably look.
Okay, that's fine.
And then one thing, as we're leaving, because I remembered this, you said that there was an old dusty jug on a shelf.
I did, yeah.
What's in it? As I'm running out the door, I'm going to glance at the jug.
Okay, are you grabbing it?
I'm looking in it.
You look in it, and just about an inch from the bottom of the jug seems to be this liquid inside it.
I'm going to grab it. Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
take the jug.
Okay, you and put the jug in your pocket.
Yeah, just as I'm leaving, I'll see it, and I'll see there's some liquid. I'll think to myself, like, that could be some kind of component of flux or something. I'll take it with me. Might be
Yep.
some kind of clue.
Okay, no problem.
Stealing whatever he can get his hands on.
Yeah.
If it's not
Anything,
nailed down.
anything that's not nailed down yet, and even some things are.
Once we
Okay.
finish loading up the car, if Pim hasn't changed, I'm going to see if I can lift the front of this car to be the horse.
Make me an athletics
know?
check.
Is it?
It'll be only if he fails the wild shape. So I
Okay.
can see he's going, be a horse, be a horse, be a horse.
Yep,
I'm going to
sure.
let him try and be that first.
Okay, Evan, roll me a D100, please.
Yes, sir.
Is it an uncommon thing to see people pushing a cart with their hands?
Not really, but a cart the size of the one that you're loading up,
be
I would
hard.
say typically, yeah. You wouldn't see like 4 people just pushing a cart without like.
Just moving house.
Pim, what did you roll?
71.
71, unfortunately, is not what I needed. As you be a horse, be a horse, be a horse. What you actually do instead is you unfortunately misuse your wild shape, and for those looking at Pim, you see that his hands turn to hoofs, and you see that his head and his jaw kind of form the shape of a horse,
Pinocchio.
but it is still Pim. Like, it's not actually a horse, it's just a horse-shaped head and hooves.
Oh.
Like, very much like you
weird
saw
filter.
in Pinocchio when they turn the little boys into donkeys. He's like half turned, like donkey ear, like horse
That
ears,
scared me as a kid.
like crack out the top of your head, Pim, but you are still Pim with hooves and horse ears.
Oh, hemp, not again.
Don't worry. I will try, and I'm gonna get in front of the front of the cart and try and lift it.
Okay, athletics check, please. The whistles
might
are
need
coming
help.
closer and
Can I
closer,
run-
guys.
Can I run towards the bodies and see if I can find a whistle on any of them?
Yeah, easily enough to do. You see that there is very much what you would imagine is on a normal gentleman's jacket, a pocket watch. It is a whistle on a chain.
Okay.
But you do
Okay.
find a whistle.
23.
23. You and kind of like pick up the
Okay,
thing, but you are struggling, Liana. The whistles are coming closer, guys.
Time
You
to
have
go.
minutes.
Time
You
to
have
go.
seconds remaining.
You guys get all of this out of there. I'll try and head them off. Meet back at the Star.
You gonna be okay?
Okay.
You get away.
I'll,
I'm heading towards where
I'll do what I
he
can to
came
lead them
from.
off.
As Virgil's in the back, like, no.
I mean, probably not that fast, to be fair.
Well, yeah.
As fast
So-
as I can go, but
Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do to help Liana along. Because I have this spell, I never use it. I am going to... No, I can, yeah. I'm going to cast Unseen Servant as well and have it stand sort of behind her and just lift and start running as well for as long as I can do it.
Yeah,
sick.
how long does that spell last?
Not as long as I would like, but long enough. An hour. So yeah, as long as I would like, yeah.
I am also going to help this getaway attempt by sitting in the back of the cart. I'm not going to just chill. I am going to kind of... The cart itself, would you say that us plus Liana is about 15-foot cube?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay, so I am basically going to be concentrating on silent image for the first 10 minutes of this. It is just a horse being driven by one person, sat at the front, just this random guy.
Yeah.
So it's all moving. There's no sound to it, so I might have to give Virgil a nod.
The cart
to
makes
do
a sound anyway.
Yeah, the
doesn't it?
cart, but there's no hoof.
Yeah.
Sounds
Just see Pip and going
actually-
clock, 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 clock.
Yeah, so Pim does that. I stomp my feet to make the horse
Patsy.
sound. Yeah, and I'm gonna have us in the shroud of silent image.
Excellent.
I'm helping.
Every now and again, Pip just goes.
I am bolting in the opposite direction to where they're going.
Yep.
I'm every sort of round. I'm action dashing, bonus action hiding. So I'm moving from stealth to stealth.
Yeah.
And just every now and then I'll stop, blow the whistle, and then move off to another hidden location, taking note of where the stuff's coming from, trying to remain outside of, trying to sort of keep pace with the approaching whistles, but lead them away, kind of thing.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm going to need a series of rolls from you. Liana, you have inspiration gifted by Ruth, the real MVP, the real MVP of Tales.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So, Eddie, I would like for you to roll me. Give me 3 stealth checks.
Me? Oh
Yep.
shit.
Ed, you are Eddie. Yep.
are you
We were
sure?
doing that group first. Sorry.
No, you're good.
The inspiration threw me off. So 3 stealth checks.
Yep.
Okay.
Does your
So
thing?
you've got a 17 plus 7.
24,
You've
yeah.
You've got a 7 plus 7, 14.
14, yeah.
And the final one is a 19 plus 7. So
26. Okay. Now I'd like you to make me a. Oh, how quick are you keeping pace while you're darting? Make me
well,
an
I can. I'm moving 80 foot around, and still doing stealth checks because I
Okay.
can action dash, bonus action stealth.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. You keep out of sight. You don't ever kind of like you. You don't go to any like.
I'm trying to make sure I don't let them get too near me, but I'm blowing the whistle so that they start converging on my direction.
Yeah.
And then I move away.
Okay. You don't ever go on a main thoroughfare. You're very good at keeping out of sight, and you're very strategic at where and when you're blowing this whistle. The rest of you notice that you're pulling onto one of the main thoroughfares within the lower city of Wyndmere, and the cart kind of verges onto one of the main roads, you see that there are City Watch and SBC members racing towards your position, and then another whistle blows behind you from where you've just been, and they don't even look at the car and just woof, race past you in the general direction of the other whistle being blown. You get the general sense that people are converging, the authorities are converging on this area, but you guys seem to be safe through the use of Silent Image, 2 versions of Unseen Servant, the clippity-cloppity hooves of Pim clopping, and Leanna just fucking raw dogging this car like...
Yeah, phrasing.
That's fine.
Yeah, phrasing.
I liked that.
even though Leanna's doing the whole pulling bit, Pim is the one sweating the most, just sitting there
Anyway, give me a survival check, please.
Ooh, okay. Am I good at them? I don't think I've made one of them yet.
Survive.
I don't know, but I'm going to try and see how well you can circle round and track your way back in a pattern to get back towards the star.
16.
Good enough, yeah. So you, after consecutively blowing the whistle around 4 or 5 times to lead them deeper and deeper into the lower city, away from away from Alden's place, but not in the general direction that they were going. Eventually, you just stop blowing the whistle and start verging back round and start heading off towards the star. For the sake of brevity, around half an hour passes between the time of you leaving Alden's place and getting back to the star. I would say that Leanna, Pim, Kyria, and Virgil, you guys arrive first.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys arrive, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna pull the car, like there was an alleyway right next to it, down to where like her toilet was. So I'm gonna pull the car round down there because it has her goods on it as well. So and park up there.
I'm going to, as they pull into the alleyway, I'm just going to slip off the back and quietly, make my way into the shop. Just very slightly open the door, move in, try and be, just subtle about it.
Okay.
And yeah, is she in there?
As you kind of like step in, you see that Alara is genuinely as she kind of like sees you open the door, she goes, "Oh, hello. You're back very soon. I didn't expect to see you today."
Fast workers, we like to put a good name to ourselves. There's a little delivery for you out back if you have a different way into the shop, potentially.
Oh, absolutely. I will go and unlock the back door.
And
Thank
Virgil's
you.
Virgil's just going to sort of looking a little sort of through the window, like looking through a window, sort of trying to see if there's any sort of SBC members or just an eddy swish past the window. He sort of looks through before he's like, "Yes, that's a good idea. Let's get everything in. We have some things to discuss."
So you guys in the alleyway, as Virgil steps out and starts walking around, you hear a bolt unbolt from a door that's right next to you, and the door swing open, and you see inside is Alara. Sorry, is it Lara?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Alara. Yeah, as she opens the door and goes, well, oh, not all of you. Quickly now, bring the stuff in. We don't want to get you guys caught out here.
For about 10 seconds, Pim has forgotten about the fact that he's not a horse, so he starts trying to eat flowers and things that he can find, and then realize, oh shit.
Yeah, Leanna takes a breath and then just goes, "Okay," and she then starts hauling crates.
Virgil's going to have the unseen
sorry, I
servant
can't really help.
Virgil's going to have the unseen servant take as many as possible to lighten the load for Leanna, so it's still up. So it's just going to.
Okay. Well, you move the 3 crates into the shop and enter the shop yourselves, I assume, through the back door.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just before we go in, Virgil's going to look to everyone and goes, "Do you think we should move the cart somewhere else, just in case they notice, or?"
I'm sure it'll be fine there. I
Just-
own
just
many
don't
a
have to be-
many a cart. I ship things all over the city. It's not going to be too untoward to see one near my shop.
It doesn't have like Alden written on it or anything. Like it's not labeled.
Older than Co. Older than Sons.
Vote Alden for mayor. No, nothing like that. No.
Okay.
Just his face.
No. Make Wyndmere great again.
No.
Oh god. Now I really
Oh,
wish
so he
we
did
could
need
do
to-
Yeah, I
that.
wish we'd kill him now.
Firebolt. No, there's no markings or insignia or anything on the cart. No, but you guys step into the back of the hidden star, and Alera turns around. Oh, well, this has been successful. Wonderful. Are you all right? Are you? I'm looking at you. Do any of you look any worse for wear?
So
I'm dandy. I'm great.
Yeah, I have like some scratches and my fur is completely dismayed. But she looks fine. She's just a little bit out of sorts.
Oh,
Virgil's going to have a couple of blast marks on his chest where the magic missiles hit, but it's nothing. It's more like clothing stuff than it is.
Elara will place her hand on your shoulder, Liana, and cast Cure Wounds. Oh, that's maximum, so you get 12 points of healing. So it looks to be successful. Come in.
Eddie is on his way if you're looking for him.
Oh, of course. Maybe going into the back room there. Let me shut up shop, and then we'll talk. But I'm so proud of you all. Well done. Very good.
Can I get a sense from her demeanor whether she's surprised we're back or not?
Roll me an insight check.
Good chat.
Well done. That's a 5.
Yeah, you do. You do, yeah. There's something like in your head. You're like, this bitch has set us up. Like she fucking knows. Like she's the mastermind behind all this. Like in your head, Liana.
Gosh, she's on the Eddie train.
Like
Okay.
that's the sense that you get.
She goes into the back room.
Okay.
She also takes out her great axe.
So the four of you enter the back room as
Yep.
Elara
Clop.
goes off to close up shop, and after that is done, comes into the back room with you and goes, "So, what happened?"
It's been a lot. It's been a busy day to say the least.
You tell us.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know. Liana, darling, she wasn't there.
Yeah. What do you mean?
You look surprised to see us.
What?
In good health, anything could have happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. Sorry, horse joke.
Oh, is that
She
what that
kinda-
was?
Yeah.
I understand. Look, it's okay. You're here now and you're safe. There's nothing to worry about. You all
Well, it
made.
seems we were set up.
Oh,
Yes, I was getting to that.
goodness.
When we arrived at Alden's warehouse, the SPC were waiting for us.
This is shocking news.
Inside check.
Sake. Roll me an insight check.
Kimmy's just like, yeah, right.
Kimmy's like, I love her.
Virgil and Kyrio's like, yeah, she's great. And these two in the back's like, no. Horseboy and lion girl.
Edivir is currently just outside the building, rigging the whole place to blow.
No.
Just setting up satchel charges everywhere.
It's
17.
17. You don't get the impression that she's like. You don't get the impression that she has an ulterior motive here.
Okay.
Like she has genuine concern, and the look of shock on her face when you say the SBC were waiting.
Yeah, it was a little bit scary, to be fair.
Oh God. And are you all right? You were clearly successful, and you managed to make your way out. Would you mind if I just check these? Not that I don't trust you, but I don't trust the person I've just sent you to see. You see, bear with me.
Yes, I wouldn't have either. Be my guest.
And you see her.
In the meanwhile, I'm gonna point with my hoof to my pocket and be like, Virgil, I grabbed the scroll from one of the SPC guys.
Oh, you're pointing. Sorry, you don't have fingers. I was wondering what that was about.
It's
yes. weird. You can't grab anything. I'll get it. It's fine. Don't worry. And he's going to come around and sort of just take it and see whatever this scroll is that he's picked up.
Okay, so Alara goes and gets a crowbar and just and starts nailing the lid shut, and she opens it, and inside you see just various rolls of silken fabrics on the top. You see 5 or 6 rolls, and you see her just pick all 5 of them up and just kind of drop them on the floor.
Oh, thank fuck.
Next to the box, and she goes, "Ah, yes. Wonderful."
I mean, Liana is keeping a really tight eye on her now, so would she notice what's also in the box?
What's in the box?
Make me a perception check as you lurch over Alara with your great axe in hand, just trying to get a peek inside the box.
fabric.
Yeah.
No.
And Virgil's looking at Liana like,
Perception's not
what's
bad.
wrong with you?
It's not my fault, dude. That's a day 20.
Okay, you see from your position in the room, you see a clock, you see a bag, you see a pair of gloves, you see a pocket watch, you see a coat in there, you see what appears to be the handle of an umbrella, and that's really kind of all you can see from where you're stood.
Okay.
And she goes, "Ah, wonderful." Okay, and she puts the lid back on and uses the blunt end of the crowbar to knock the box back down. Virgil, you open the scroll. In the meantime, Edivir,
the master of suspense.
You are racing your way through the lower city, and as you are keeping to the shadows, you hear a familiar call above your head, a bird call, as you look up and you see a black raven flying above, and it caws as it points its head down towards you and swoops down to kind of a similar height to where your head is, up the road you're on, and then verge left into an alleyway.
Okay. I shall follow.
Okay.
I will draw, but I will keep a hand on one of my daggers as I turn the corner.
You turn the corner and you see that there's a dimly lit alleyway, kind of 2 tall buildings on either side casting shadow throughout this alleyway, so it's quite dark down here, and you see the hooded individual that you spotted earlier that day and spoke to earlier that day kind of leaning against the wall around 10 feet ahead of you, and he goes, "Hey, you made it out. Good. Are you all right?"
Nothing wrong with me. Shouldn't you be keeping an eye on Kyria?
She's safe. So, what did you find?
We found what we were looking for, and I need to get back. We don't like being separated for too long.
I understand, but like I said, if we're to help each other, then any information you could give me that will help the cause, it'd be appreciated.
Intentionally or unintentionally, I think we've helped each other enough today.
Look, I understand your mistrust. People in your positions, it's wise, it's smart to not trust people, but I assure you I can be trusted, and I'm only here to help. We want the same thing, Edivir. Or Dag, sorry, because that's the name you gave him.
Funnily enough, you're right. Not really one for the whole trust thing. At least before this lot. And you. Something tells me that you're who you say you are. Very few people are. At least to the extent that I trust your intentions. Though, not that I know all of them. But the ones I know.
Look, I only make myself known to those individuals that I feel I can trust, which is why we went through the whole dramatization with Kyria. I needed to know I could trust you, and I feel I can, which is why I've come before you and told you my intentions. And I get it. Look, I understand that you might not want to trust me, and that's fine. But just know that what you can trust, if you don't trust me, is trust what I stand for. Alright? I'm here for the people that don't have a voice. I'm here for the innocent people that are suffering at the hands of this epidemic.
No, I need to get a move on. So, I'll tell you what we know and tell you what we found.
Is this at the point where we're at the Hidden Star? Because I was going to actually use the calling card to contact him. No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Okay.
He's just kind of like pulled Edivir off to one side as he's on his way back.
So I need to make this quick. I'll tell you what we know, but I need something in return.
Sure. That's fair.
That place is connected to this pandemic that's going on, this flux. We didn't find any of the stuff there, but we found the vials. Maybe
Right.
it's a bottling plant. Maybe it's on its way to a bottling plant. But look, we can't move around the city comfortable enough to keep that place under surveillance. But whoever's coming and going from there, they're connected.
Okay. And the person that owns that place knows that you found it?
Alden does, but we spared his life and returned some of his gold in exchange for him keeping it under wraps. I don't trust it. I think we should have killed him, but...
Well, sensibly, I would imagine that if he knows that you know of it, then he'll look to move it quickly. And if that's the case, then... Sure.
We didn't put him in
will...
a barrel, did we? We left him there.
No, you left him there. If that's the case, then I will watch over the
He'll
place.
most likely try to contact someone in the next few days to let them know that they're blown. When he does that, I'd like to know who that is.
Okay, that seems fair. Okay, sure. I'll keep an eye on the place for the next couple of days. Anything coming and going, I will try and contact you. If there is anything urgently, though, you know how to contact me. The card that Kyria has, it has a direct link to me. You can use it to message me. That's not a problem.
Like I said, keep an eye on Alden. He was tight-lipped and not looking to give away any information about his partners or any information about who was using that room. But I think there's a good chance that he'll try to make contact. And it will be soon.
Look, thank you. I appreciate your candor. And as a show of trust and good faith between us, here. And he kind of like reaches into his bag and pulls out what appear to be 2 leather-bound braces and hands them to you.
What are these?
Let's just say, for somebody with a proclivity for pointy things like you do, you'll find these particularly useful. Let's just say that whenever disarmed, at a moment's notice, you can find yourself armed.
Good. I don't often find myself disarmed, but when I am, I don't like to be, so that's a good thing. Thank you. And one last thing. That name that I let slip last time we spoke.
Hmm.
I share your views on what's going on around here. And I don't trust anyone at the moment, but for now, this person is presenting themselves as an ally in stopping this. I don't believe that to be the case, but until we're able to prove anything, I would appreciate you not making any moves against them. But they could be worth looking into.
Okay. Who is it?
You know. I won't say it again. I shouldn't have said it the first time.
Very well. Look, you best be going. I will keep an eye out on this Alden's place for the next day and a night. I would imagine that if they are moving the materials, it'll be soon. But I shall hope to have word to you before long.
The materials weren't of great value. I imagine they'll probably either destroy or rid themselves of it. Alden's the key. Whoever he goes to contacts to pass the message on that area is blown. That's who we'll need to follow next.
Very well. Thank you again, Dag.
Nothing to thank me for.
And you
Good luck
see
out there.
him the Raven just turn, start running down the alley and just...
I turn and run in the opposite direction.
Yeah, like...
Batman and Robin go off into the night.
So, Edivir, you can add to your inventory...
Braces of flying daggers.
Braces of flying daggers, yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Nice.
I was actually thinking about trying to find some of these to buy.
You're all good.
Sweet.
As you start racing your way through the lower city, I'll keep the same stealth rolls that you rolled earlier as your rolls for this, as you make your way back to the Hidden Star.
Splendid.
In the meantime, Virgil... Nope. I'll stay with you, Eddie. Go on.
While I'm sort of making my way through, I'll bang the I'll put the thingy on again, the rich guy's coat that I stole.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go into the pocket of it and I'll take out the well, on our way to the apothecary, I robbed a noble.
Yeah.
And I have a nobleman's coin purse in my inventory. I would like to open it and look how many coins are in it, because I haven't done that yet. I keep stealing people's money and not counting it.
Okay, so you open that coin pouch to find 24 gold pieces, 16 silver pieces, and 32 copper pieces.
Nice.
24, 16, 32.
34, 16, 32. Bang.
Okay.
32, bang.
Cool.
Cool.
I shall delete that.
No worries. In the meantime, Virgil,
Yes.
you open this scroll.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Roderick, I trust that this message finds you well. I'm writing to you to enlist your services in a matter of utmost importance. Throughout the city of Wyndmere exists a group of individuals whose actions threaten the very fabric of our society. They traverse these lands under the guise of adventurers, but in truth, they bring nothing but chaos and disorder wherever they tread. These so-called heroes pose a significant threat to the stability of our realm. Their exploits have caused untold damage thus far to both property and lives, and their unchecked meddling in affairs beyond their comprehension only exacerbates the situation. I implore you to use all of your considerable skills and resources to not only apprehend these adventurers before they wreak further havoc, but to bring their time to a close. Time is of the essence, as their movements are not only unpredictable, but as their time in the city grows, their influence grows with it. The individuals that I mention are those who broke free of Iron Heights prison not a few days ago. For the successful apprehension of these individuals, rest assured, significant compensation for your efforts will be more than adequate. I eagerly await news of their capture and the restoration of peace to our troubled lands.
Right.
No signature, I'm assuming.
No signature.
Is
Is there any remains of like a wax seal or anything like that on this letter?
Nope.
Nope. Virgil's going to sort of read it to himself, just sort of so he can get the full brunt of it, and sort of with a very not disappointed look, but sort of shit kind of look, he places it on the table and just looks to everyone and goes, well, someone has it in for us, and they set the SBC on us. And just sort of pushes the letter out for anyone else who wants to flick through that and read it.
And as you do that, we're going to go for a quick break.
The alarm goes off in the letter. No!
Ronald Weasley, how I feel!
It's a howler!
Love that.
We are going to take a quick break. We will be back in around 10 minutes' time. Just a bit of time for us to get a drink and have a quick wee-wee. And we will be back with you very shortly. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for joining us after the break. I'm hoping that you've all managed to get yourself some refreshments as we jump into the second half of this episode. So, Virgil, you throw this parchment as it cascades onto the table and in front of Timothy, Kyria, and Liana, and Alara. What do you want to do?
Oh, me or just everyone?
Yeah, you.
Okay. I mean, again, sort of twisting it round and sort of pushing it out with a long nail, he sort of looks to them all and goes, It was either a setup or someone very high up knows what we're doing and where we're going. That we know, but now it's cemented in stone and in writing. They're gunning for us hard, by the looks of it. I don't know who. There's no signature. We have... If we can get some other types of writing, we can maybe compare the writing styles, but then someone else could have written it for them. I don't know what to make of this.
Is there anything in this room? Because something just twigged in when he said that to Liana. She was like, oh, I can compare it with her writing, because she's convinced now it's Alara. So is there anything in this room that has her writing on it?
Yeah.
Rightly so.
There will be, yep. You see that there are, on a small table at one of the walls, you'll see there's a couple of parchments, goods receipts and things on there.
I'm going to, because, I mean, she's right there. I'm going to try and take it without her seeing, so she's just trying to...
Sure. Make me a sleight of hand check, please.
Your massive
these
hands.
are not good. What have I got to that? I don't think I've ever done one of these. Oh, there's a +2. Okay.
Sleight of 4 check.
Yep.
That's a 12.
12.
Hey.
Okay. You kind of like reach back and grab one of the scrolls. Okay.
I'm going to go out of line of sight, so maybe into the back room, which is where I presume you put the letter was in the back room.
We're all within the back room at this point. This is where we are. So we're all 5 of us are just stood within this back room.
So instead of that, I'm going to turn with my back towards Alara and inspect the handwriting.
So you've already rolled the sleight of hand, so you've already picked up the scroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and now you're
I'm
going to try
turn
and
my back towards Alara and then read the scroll that I've got. I mean, she's not bright. She thinks this is going to work.
This reminds me of that. This reminds me of that scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where the guy's like writing a note and then shoots it out the window with a bow and arrow with the guard standing there.
I want to inspect the handwriting to see if it's the same as the scroll.
Okay, so you only trying to do all this without her seeing you?
Yes.
I mean, Virgil's probably watching you at this point because it's not a massive room and you've turned your back to her, so you're probably facing towards me now. So she's like,
yeah, and as
watching you,
as you see Liana just kind of like leaning over and doing this, Virgil, you see, like, Elara is very much just kind of staring at Liana's back, like...
Virgil just looks towards her and just goes, gives her a shake of don't worry.
Elara just kind of looks at you and winks and goes, "Oh, drats, you caught me! Please take me away!" And like holds her like wrists out like that towards you, Liana, as you kind of like turn with the scroll in your hand. And she's like, "Really, darling, if it was me, I'd have come up with a much more creative way to have you tracked, followed, and potentially killed." And you see that there is a very there's a very easy difference to see within the handwriting. But Alara's just kind of stood and just kind of with a wry smile on her face, just like.
Well, it's worth it's worth checking. If you're gonna do a job, you might as well do it right.
I couldn't
where's
agree
Dag?
more. Like, well,
you guys are doing great. Keep it up.
Alara, I have a question. Holding a hoof up.
Has this finished yet?
It lasts for an hour.
Oh, then it will just about
Blended.
be fading there near enough now. So she kind of goes, yes, dear.
Do you perhaps know any druids?
Oh, I know plenty.
I seem to have trouble with turning into animals.
Yeah, I know a couple of druids. Yes, I must say that I haven't spoken to any of them in some time, but I could possibly reach out to try and find them.
Oh well, I mean that could maybe be helpful. I'm really struggling. I'm not good at this. This whole druidic thing.
Oh, don't put yourself down. I think you're wonderfully brilliant at this druidic thing.
I was just a horse. Half a horse
no.
a moment ago.
No, that is most certainly not what you were. You were a sort of hybrid cross between a donkey and, well, you, Pim.
The opposite of a centaur.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, it could be helpful.
Yeah.
If it's not too much trouble.
No trouble at all. Look, I'll see what I can do. Stay here. Stay quiet. As she kind of leaves the room and shuts the door.
I immediately
Eyes
go
out,
up
yeah.
and put my ear into the door, see if I can hear anything. The other
My
side.
eyes are through the eye holes as well.
Kira's just sat crisscross applesauce and is just having a conversation in their head.
Nice.
I'm going to be contacting the Raven.
Nice. Okay. Okay, Pim and Liana, perception checks, please.
Myself.
Yeah. A 9.
A 9.
22.
22. Liana, you won't hear anything, but Pim, you hear, "Oh, good. You're here." Yeah? They're here too. They're in the back room. Yeah? No, of course. Follow me. And don't make a mess. Is what you hear, Pim.
I'm gonna point to the others and knock on Liana and go.
Okay.
We're just going to look over and just... clearly not understanding what that gesture was.
I think Pim is trying to gesture that you get ready.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, get the axe.
Okay.
Grab my axe.
So Pim does that. The rest of you, do you prepare for what is about to happen?
Not really, no. Virgil's just kind of sits,
I
more
100%
awaiting
do.
what's coming through as opposed to waiting to fight what's coming through.
Okay.
I walk in the room and just get absolutely fucking bundled.
The door swings open, the axe swings down and stops a centimetre from the side of Edivir's face.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
silly too.
And you
Sorry.
and you look down, and the boots that Edivir's wearing are just caked in fucking mud from running through the lower city, which is why she said, "Don't make a mess."
Sorry.
Oh, easy. You were expecting Edivir, I assume.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just extremely paranoid.
Understandable.
What he said.
Well, come on in.
Eddie! Curious by the bookshop.
Just been zoned out for 15 minutes.
Everyone has a
Hello,
a
Kiri.
very serious, stern look on the face, and they've learned something important. Curious is like, woo! We're all back together again.
Everyone okay?
Are you, I think, is the question we should be asking. You seem to have made it away intact.
Fine. And I spoke with our friend as well.
What happened to your boots? I immediately do prestidigitation.
You have prestidigitation as a druid.
No, but as a halfling.
Ah, cool.
Circled my way back through the lower cities, so dirty alleyways. I appreciate that, Pim. So
Leanna leans into right into your ear. I don't trust her.
God.
Alana, 6 inches away, next to Edivir.
Just going.
Edivir just kind of turns a little bit to you and gives one slow nod.
Well, you all made it here, which is wonderful.
Thankfully.
Wonderful news, and thank you, all of you, for bringing back the goods.
I assume my friends here have told you what it took to get all that.
Up till now, no. I hadn't asked. But I'm sure you will recount me with every glorious detail.
Do we need to?
Not if you don't want. What
Well, I
matters
just
is
thought
that
you might have some insight into the situation already.
none more than I had before you left.
I don't doubt that.
Eddie, I revealed that the SBC were waiting for us. I haven't talked about what we found inside yet. I wanted to wait for you to return before we started.
Well, that's the main crux of the issue. Someone informed them they were coming. Now, there's only 2 people I can think of that might know who were coming. That's you and that's Tanner. And I don't know how often you talk to Tanner, but this isn't the first time Tanner has sent me into the clutches of the SBC, knowingly or otherwise. So, don't think you're getting off easy without answering some questions first.
The letter
Tanner's our
to-
friend, though.
No one's our friend, Pim.
You're
So,
like
Eddie,
friends.
Eddie, before you start throwing things around, and he just sort of pushes the letter towards you with a nail, there's something here that may exonerate them, at least in my eyes it does. And pushes the letter towards you.
I'll flick it open and sort of glance over it. You can tell Eddie doesn't read the whole thing. He just gets the gist of it and just casts it back onto the table. So, well, it means what we already know. Someone's after us and they're using the SBC to get to us. I don't see that it exonerates anyone.
Well,
I don't think that Alara or Tanner have much in the way of need to be involved with the SBC, especially when it comes to things like this, or us. It doesn't make sense to me.
They may have friends who do.
It's also
So-
not her handwriting.
Look, trust me when I say this. I have sway in this city, but not in the pockets of enforcement officers. I operate within much smaller circles. A business such as mine, I have to.
Well, one fact remains. You sent us somewhere. As far as we know, you were the only one who knew the location you were sending us to. And when we arrived, SBC were there. So, that either means someone has gotten to you, or you have a leak elsewhere. Now, that sounds like something you should be just as concerned about as us.
Yes.
Yes, it does. Trust
So who
me,
else knew?
when I say this, I have not sent SBC after you.
Insight check.
Sure, roll me an
I
insight.
wasn't here for the first one, and I
That's
do my
fine.
own inside checks, bitch. I don't like this lady.
Look, I sent you on this task as, let's say, a precursor to future endeavors between us. Now, this whole exercise was to prove that you're people worth relying on and trusting with more sensitive endeavors.
Oh, speaking of, if anyone asks about that stuff, you were robbed as well.
Sure. Why? It's my belongings. I paid a good penny for them.
Dag takes out the one remaining sack of gold that he didn't leave behind for, what's his face? We didn't want it to seem like we were just retrieving your goods, so we took a little extra. Should cover you if it seems like you're being taken advantage of as well. Do with it what you want, or we'll take it. It's up to you.
And you see this general, genuine look of, perplexity on Alara's face as she kind of, looks down wide-eyed at the bag and just kind of starts, very subtly shaking her head. Right.
You said the goods, the gold, or both?
I did.
Sure, both.
The goods now... I have to move quickly. If anything ties you to here, and the people that you've just taken this from come looking and find these goods here, then that is the end of me, my business, and any future dealings that you and I may have.
So you didn't want the gold?
Of course I did, but did anybody see you? Not only the SBC, but did anybody else see you while you were there?
Alden did.
Alden.
And I assume that he was taken care of as to not leave any loose ends?
We knocked him out.
But we
have
told
a
him
means of...
Any memory adjusting magics? Any...
No, I can't do that. However, I did disguise myself and try to, and kind of, persuade him that he didn't know who he was dealing with, that we were people of many faces and many names.
Alara,
You need to deal
And we
that.
took-
We've got people in this. We can go back.
No,
No, Alara, there is one other piece of information that keeps his lips sealed for the time being. In one of his storerooms, we found vials and face masks that were very well produced. He is either a middleman or some other way, but we know he has a hand in the flux distribution here. He knows we know.
Right.
And if we get done, he gets done.
Well, I'd like to say that does surprise me, though it does not. Alden is exactly that, a middleman. He is a procurer of things for people. That is how he makes his coin. It is troubling news, though, that he has moved within more, less reputable circles. This is interesting news indeed. That, for me, clearly indicates that he has some form of dealings with whoever is behind this. Look, don't worry about the goods. I'll get them shifted. The coin... Look, I have the goods. I'll make the coin back here. And just slides it on the table towards you lot. Take that. That is payment for for your services. And she reaches into her inside pocket and pulls out the contract, puts it out on the table on top of it and goes... And that, thus far, concludes our business together. Thank you, all of you.
You did say that there was a possibility of somewhere we could hide, like
Yes.
a place to stay, if I remember.
That's right.
We need somewhere to lay low.
That's it, lay low.
Okay. That I can do. I own a number of small properties throughout Wyndmere and other places within Skyhaven. Are you wanting somewhere within the city or out of it?
Within would probably be best for now. Lower or middle city.
Is it
It'd be
difficult?
easier to move around if we're outside the city, correct?
Is it difficult
Well, it
to
won't be
exit the
difficult.
city?
It's not easy to get in and out. There's definitely more guards than there are just walking out of your doorstep already here. Just adds another layer of checkpoint. It means that we could probably sleep a little bit easier if we had a place outside the city, but generally speaking, it's just going to give us another hurdle to cross every day. Twice.
I trust you.
So somewhere within the city then?
Please.
Okay.
Under their noses.
This will have to be a formal agreement, a business dealing as such. Unfortunately, it's time for another contract. More of a rental agreement than anything. I provide you, you pay me, yada yada yada. Of course, we'll keep the names generic, so that anybody comes prying, the right documentation is at hand. You'll be renting this property from me. It is a lease. An ongoing contract where you will be paying me each week a significant amount of money, and I will therefore rent you one of my properties.
What's significant in how much, as we are quite obviously not with a lot of coin
Well,
at any given moment?
This
It
city
depends-
is full of landlords. We were told that you might be able to benefit us as a friend and a contact.
and that I am. I am helping you as a friend. That's why I've not asked for any references. And she shoots a wink towards you. Look,
Bloody landlords.
do you want a place within the middle city or the lower city? The rent is significantly different between the two. The lower city is a more desolate and more... Well, it's a less than optimal place of living. It's a doer-upper, so to speak.
I love DIY.
Okay,
To be
well...
fair, I don't think we have the gold for the middle city. How much would the lower city put us back per week?
The lower city would be 75 gold pieces a week. The middle city, 120 a week. 120 gold pays for the full property. You get 4 rooms, bathing facilities, a full working kitchen, and there isn't much work that needs to be done to the house. The lower city, however, is very much a studio apartment with 1 bedroom on the top floor of an apartment complex.
I mean, is that even going to be enough for all of us?
No, I don't think it is. I think the middle city is the... I mean, it's more gold, but how much... And she kind of... How much is in that bag?
If we get an afternoon off, I can make 120, no problem. Don't worry about that.
Is there perchance maybe we do some more jobs for you? You maybe knock a couple of, gold off the rental price.
Services rendered are just as good a payment as gold itself, yeah. There may come a time where I need the odd job doing, and we might be able to forego a week's rent for the completion of such tasks.
I mean, if you're going to provide us with a task a week, then I think we're in business. Yes, that may... I don't know. Do you want to do the middle city, everyone, or lower?
I kind of want a bed to myself, to be fair.
Oh, I thought
I mean, I don't need a whole
You
room, but...
Break my heart, Leanna. I thought we would share. Never mind. After you called me from the window, I thought, yeah, never mind, it's fine.
See this look of confusion just wash over.
That's my Jove.
Right. Well, if you're all in agreement, I shall write up the correct paperwork. Look, take some time, rest. I need to go and open the shop again. It would be suspicious that during the middle of the day my shop were to be shut. And we don't want any prying eyes where they don't belong, so I'll be just outside if you need me, unless there's any further questioning you wish to do.
I have a couple of requests, but it's not anything as intense as what we've just done, so perhaps we can wait till after we've had a conversation.
Very well. Very well. Make yourselves comfortable. I'll be back shortly. And she leaves the room.
As she leaves the room, Leanna's going to go straight over to Virgil. Just say, I know this is completely... I don't know where I was going with that. Yes, not what we were talking about, but I was watching her because I don't trust her. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I picked up on your subtle clues. Yes, it wasn't quite.
Good.
Yeah.
But I was watching her, and there was a clock in one of those things one of those crates that was delivered, and I know that we were looking for a clock. I still don't know what the clock looks like, but it could be that clock.
The one the seller wanted from the Undercity. I mean,
they said that it would be moving through the auction. That's maybe where these have been coming from. We don't know where these are. I don't know. I just wanted to point it out that there was another clock that you might be able to look at and memorize, so we can show it to the guy.
The crates are still in the room with us, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if Alara would run in with the shadow auction, the night auction. I can't remember what.
I mean, she
Slightly
deals
edgy.
with the dodgy Alden guy. I mean, that seemed like hella dodgy market guy. Place. So.
Yes, but if he's a middleman, I mean, she may be a middlewoman. We don't know how things move around. It's an idea. I can have a look if you really want me to. I mean, your detective work was stellar, so I have no reason to distrust your prying eye when it comes to things like this. So
there's definitely a clock in it. There was also an umbrella, and she does start just to list off all the items that she saw.
Oh God!
After Alara left the room,
Mm-hmm.
and these two started having these conversations, Edivir just kind of went over to the bench that Pim and Kyria sort of sat on, doing their own thing or whatever. Edivir just kind of sits on the bench next to those two, looks over to Pim, says, "You all right? You took a bit of a kicking in that last fight. How you holding up?"
Yeah, I'm fine. A bit bruised, but I'll be okay. I do need a little bit of a rest, though.
Oh, you're tougher than you look.
Well,
Try not to let them get as close next time. But I appreciate you stepping in the way when they got to me. It was a brave thing you did. Don't do it again.
No promises, but I'll try.
He just kind of ruffles your hair.
Kyria, you... sorry, go on.
And he just sort of turns, he just sort of looks, I'm imagining he's got Pim on one side and Kyria on the other, and he just kind of looks at them both and goes, "Guys want to see something weird?"
Always.
Kyria's just snapped out of their reverie and just goes,
You guys want to see a dead body?
Very, very much that kind of vibe. And I'm going to take out the dusty jar.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, "This was at Alden's place. I have no idea what it is." And I'll put it on the bench. And then I'll also take out the potion bottle that had blue with blue flakes in it, some kind of liquid with blue flakes. And I'll take out the other potion bottle, which was a clear green liquid, and I'll set those on the bench as well.
Yeah.
And just for fun, I'll also take out the pocket watch that I found at the apothecary, and I'll just say, I don't know what this is, but it seems fairly mundane to me, but one of you might be able to figure out something, and I'll pop that on there as well.
Okay.
You see that Kyria on this bench has been sat with the calling card in hand and has basically been talking at the Raven. Whether he's been responding or not is something else.
Yeah, so I was gonna come to you after all that tomfoolery. Yeah. What is it that you're actually discussing, or what are you saying to the card?
I'm basically just gonna be like, Mr. the Raven, I just wanted you to know we are back safe. We're all here. Eddie mentioned that he'd managed to catch up with you. Very glad to hear that. Just so you know, that guy, can't remember his name now, Flux in the area. I planted something on him so that I can track him if I need to going down the line. I can't just yet. I'm a little bit tapped out, but oh, you're there. Hi.
Hi. Yeah. Good. You're good. You're alive. I know you are. I did track you back to where you are now. I'm glad.
That's so sweet.
I'm glad you're okay. Good. I spoke to Dag briefly.
Yes, Dag.
Yeah. Briefly. He's informed me of obviously what has transpired, and I guess I'll be seeing you in a few days. There is something quite important that I need to do.
Oh, well, that'd be wonderful. You can check in at any point if you need a favor or just, friendly conversation. Also, I was having a think. I introduced myself as the Bumblebee. I was thinking it'd be really funny instead to be Kiri the Kid, because kids are baby goats and I'm a satyr.
Oh,
that was kind of next level thinking, and I think you'd be really happy with that.
We should definitely. We should
next level thinking.
Kyria, your mind is a sharp weapon. If wielded properly, you could take over this world.
Yes.
I like it, Kiri the Kid. Good, and it almost gives you an outlawish feel.
Exactly, like in those wild Western novels I used to read as a kid.
Exactly.
One second, Eddie. Dag just wants me to.
Who's Eddie?
Real quick. Bye. No one.
So it's the tone dial.
Hello?
We are not able to answer.
And then I will cast Identify on these objects.
So, you're doing it on the 2 potions and the jug. Any other items?
And the pocket watch.
And the pocket watch.
Okay. Cool. So, you get a jug. Is it a jug of endless water, or the endless jug of water, or whatever it's called?
Oh, is this the dusty jug that was on the mantelpiece?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah! I thought that was just going to be.
Is that what it's called? Endless water decanter.
Sorry.
It's a decanter of endless water.
Hell
there
yeah.
you go.
It's what we stole from the showers in campaign 1.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, sorry for hitting my boom mic there, everyone. Big apologies to podcast listeners for blowing out your eardrums.
Which is available now on all places you can find. So you cast Identify, you get a decanter of endless water.
Woo!
The 2 potions, you have a potion of magical infusion.
Ooh.
Which is
I'm
great.
putting these in my inventory, guys. Is that okay?
Yep.
Sure. Okay, you have that, and you have a potion of aqueous form.
Oh, nice.
What's
Oh
that?
wow! Hang on.
I assume it turns you to water.
Oh shit! Oh wait, there's some synchronicity going on, or synergy going on here as well.
Hold on. The actual watch isn't magical.
anything,
Yeah, not magical. So you just have a nice pocket watch. Could be sold for some monies.
Mm-hmm.
Does mean we can say at any time what time is it, and the DM has to tell
However,
us.
are you just casting Identify on
yeah,
these
I
items?
have a pocket watch. That's a good point.
Yeah, well, it's in front of me, really.
Okay, that's fine. No problem.
Yeah, because it's not an aura or anything.
No,
It's just
no,
the
it's-
items
no.
around.
Exactly that. Good. I like that you were specific about that, Han, so points to you. Do you have inspiration currently?
I don't think so.
You
no.
can have it for being specific with your question. I like that.
Spy inspiration, really? A spy inspiration?
You can have
Take
it.
it.
Wow.
You can have inspiration. Well done. What a good D&D player.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
Do I care?
So yeah, Kyria. As
crap!
this-
Sorry,
Uh,
I'm reading item descriptions.
as the items begin to kind of float and flicker in and out of corporeality, yes, that's the word now. Kyria is like weaving all these stories about the magic items, and then gets to the watch, and the watch floats, doesn't go incorporeal, it's just literally, and then just flops to the ground. Nothing having happened, but Kyria continues to weave this like clear fabrication of where this watch. It's like, so this watch, it was once owned by Harengon, who ran down a hole into the Fey realm.
Amazing.
Nice.
Amazing.
I feel like that was a callback to something.
It was.
References.
Reggie.
Well, you'll have to go back and watch the entirety of our back catalogue to find out.
Get that reference.
Should only take you about a year.
Yeah, I identify everything.
Okay, you do so.
It's ready.
No problem.
Bang. The pocket watch, does it work?
Yep.
Does it tell time?
Weirdly enough, yep.
Nice.
It's a pocket
The only
watch.
thing it
It's
does.
helpful.
In fact, it does that
Look at that.
better than any other thing it is actually designed for.
Really?
It does. If I could pick one redeeming quality of this pocket watch, it would be that it has the ability to tell time. Nailed
To the
it.
minute.
To the second.
To the second.
Someone's had his DM juice today.
I'm being a rather sarcastic arsehole tonight, and I have no idea why.
Yes, you are.
I like it.
Only issue with the pocket watch is someone has set it 2 hours behind.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Well, looking at the pocket watch that you have in your hand now, Edivir, it shows that it is 5:25 in the afternoon.
25 past. God, we've missed dinner.
Nice. We've had a good day. We've had a good day of it. It's almost time to down tools.
Mm.
It's almost quitting time.
Yeah.
Yabba-dabba-doo.
All right. Well,
So while they're doing that, and that, because obviously that takes a while, is Virgil looking in the crate?
Does is Virgil looking in the crate?
Yeah, is Virgil looking in the crate?
does this Bruno Mars is gay?
I'm gonna quit now, or I'll see you
Oh,
later.
that could be a head wash.
Classic.
I've heard that in ages. Oh, that hurt
I don't
my
know.
head.
Virgil, are you doing and looking in the crate? Are you doing the look?
I'm doing the look with eyes. After Leanna has finished rattling off what she saw within it, he sort of gets up and. All right.
I can help you open that if you need.
Let me try myself, and I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not weak.
You literally see him jam the crowbar in. I go, and the crowbar just goes very, very slightly, and you see he sees your look, and just goes and puts more weight over the top of it, and essentially just goes.
As
very.
both feet kind of leave the floor, and he's just sort of like, those eagles, those bird toys you get, where it sort of sits on your finger and just like spins.
Yeah.
On its feet. As he's sort of like that on it. Oh, I think I've loosened that up. If you wouldn't mind doing the rest for me, I'll take a look.
It was a very impressive show of strength as she just kind of just leans on it and
Yeah.
pops it open.
He almost just pulls the crowbar down as the lid kind of comes up a bit.
Yeah, teamwork. I can't cast any spells, but I am just going to have a general nosy through these things because it looks like odds and ends. But I will take a bit of time, more time on the clock itself, just to see if there's any arcade engravings, sort of anything like that, anything sort of along the filigrees, or just,
Yeah, it is very much odds and ends. There's no real rhyme or reason to what's in this box. Essentially, you would imagine that Alara sent a message to Alden and go, bring me all the stolen stuff.
Yeah. So it looks like kind of what she sells in the shop, which is stuff she's found.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of things.
Yeah, but you see that there's gloves, coats, there's an umbrella, there is a clock, you see that there is some boots in there, you see that there is like different kind of ornaments in there and things.
Mm-hmm.
Just all sorts of bric-a-brac.
Sort of looking through it and then just placing it all back in quite neatly. And sort of, no, there's nothing particularly special about any of this, but it does. And as he says this, he sort of turns to look to everyone as they're doing things. And it did make me think, actually. You all said to me at some point or another that you had things taken from you when you were arrested that you really wanted back. Seeing as Alara deals in finding lost items, perhaps there may be a way of asking her for them?
I think Alara's kind of lost the more kind of stolen version.
Well, I mean, I just mean, I can't imagine they would have kept our things. I don't know if they would have thrown them away and then them just sort of make their way into the ether.
My thing is incredibly valuable to me, but I can't imagine that anyone would think that it's worth anything to sell on. She's a businesswoman. She's not going to want to sell on, and I don't think anyone would want to give it to her to sell on that they're going to get any gold for.
Potentially.
All of our stuff is most likely locked up somewhere in a stockade, in an evidence locker, but it's worth asking, sure, why not?
I was just thinking, because I know you all have, I have something I would like back, honestly, but it just seems to be a realm of business, finding things that are lost. We should probably make use of that.
I'm not really one for mementos. All I really need to retrieve is my materials. And I can do that. I can start fresh. It's going to be expensive, but I'm working on that.
If you've taken that clock into your memory, I can put this lid back on before she gets back in.
Oh, yeah. Close up. It's fine. You start. I'll finish. It's fine. Teamwork.
Yeah, I'll just do it. Don't worry. And she just punches it back on.
So, you're going to be in this room for an hour, having a short rest. Is there anything anybody wants to do particularly during this hour?
You didn't happen to see a ring inside of that box, did you, Virgil?
I mean, as nondescript as as asking for a ring is, did I see jewelry as rings? No. No, sorry, nothing that valuable in there. It seems to be more homewares, honestly.
I think it would be very fortuitous for us to have just stolen back the possessions that we had taken away from us by the SBC.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Sure. The chances are astronomical, but they're not nothing.
So, once we have our little home in the middle city, I didn't imagine I'd be moving back there anytime soon. What's our next move?
Well, our friend is going to be keeping an eye on Alden for the next couple of days. He's going to have to make contact somehow. So once he does, we'll know where and who with. We pursue from there. Other than that, we stick to what our original plan was.
We also need to find out how the SBC keep bloody finding us.
I mean, that may just be us. We're careful, but I think we are quite noticeable within a crowd. I probably need to degordify myself a bit. You are, well, a standout, Leona. It's unfortunate to say, but there's not a lot of Leonin roaming around.
Maybe if we can get those collars that you guys were working, that might help things
I'm
along.
not really working on them. I can't enchant items. It's not within my forte yet. I'm a spellcaster, yes, but infusing things with magic is a whole different practice in itself. I'd have to learn, and it could.
Well, in theory, Virgil, my thinking is that these are technically already enchanted. They simply need to be recharged. We just need to figure out how to jumpstart that.
True. I mean,
We'll find someone that can.
It depends. It depends if the enchantment is gone once it is used up, like a spell scroll, or if it resides within the metal of the collars themselves.
Oh, true.
So we'll see. It's worth. I'm working on a spell that may mean I can give you my cloak, Liana. So there may be something there, but we need to think of our next steps.
Well, our friend isn't going to have any information for us for at least a day, maybe 2. So any time that we're not spent chasing down other leads, we've still got an alchemist that we can go and talk to who hopefully hasn't been murdered. And I don't know if there's anything you guys were all here for your own reasons. If there's anything pressing that we need to attend to, Pim, I know you're very eager to get back what they took from you when you were arrested. Perhaps that's something we can spend a bit of time looking into while we wait to hear back from our friend. I think.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And
I keep
Virgil,
thinking-
you also had something you wanted to attend to.
Yes, but mine is a long-term goal, so I have enough time to allow us to continue doing what we're doing. I would need access to places I can't get to right now if I was going to start doing that, so we don't have to worry too much right now.
Then,
but I did.
Once we have safe refuge. Sorry, go on.
No, all I was going to say was, you said the only 2 people who knew where we were going were Liana and Tanner, when in fact 3 people knew where we were going. I know we all have a mild fondness for this vagabond that made himself aware to us in, whatever manner way, but they also knew. And
they also alerted us to their presence.
Yes, but didn't do anything to help us or about it.
He couldn't.
He could have done a lot of things. The fact of the matter is, he could have, I know he works within the shadows, but he could have helped more.
There are many people who work in the shadows that don't kill from them.
Shadows.
let me.
There are many people who work from the shadows.
There are many people who work from the shadows who don't kill from them.
I know. All I'm saying is, let's not get too friendly with someone who operates the way they do. I know I may be from a different area of things to you all, so there's a slight trust to the way he works, but again, there were 3 people. Whether he alerted us or not, he didn't help. We don't know his intentions, apart from he wants to make the city better, which we have heard from at least 4 different individuals. Doesn't make him a standout, it just makes him the same. All we know is he is more discreet.
And cooler.
That's not... I mean, Tanner's cool.
No.
No, he is.
Not in the same way.
No, I saw him...
His name is the Raven!
Yes.
Tanner was probably cool 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, this is cool now.
Now he owns a pub in a shithole, so...
I think Tanner's cool.
Tanner is cool, and
Tanner's gonna die. I hope you guys. I am killing that man before I leave this city.
I would like to take him in an arm wrestle.
I think we're going to have to say no to the Tanner killing, just because this is a democracy, not a dictatorship. So.
We've all got long-term goals. It's fine.
My point is, there's a lot of people, who are aware of us and what we do. All trying to keep out of the way, all trying to make sure that they are not associated with us. So let's not point fingers where we don't need to just yet.
All right, well, how's this? Once we find ourselves some sanctuary in this city, hopefully somewhere that's a little bit less the hole than we've previously secreted ourselves away in.
Oh God!
Secreted.
Oh,
Odd description.
I literally, I sat here and went, oh.
I'm
Say
trying.
now.
Well, maybe that might be a little bit of time while we wait to hear back from our friend to work on some other things,
Our contact.
such as
Our
these.
friend. Let's not
Very
get
well.
ahead of
Our
ourselves.
contact. No, you're absolutely right. Our contact. Maybe some time to look into these necklaces. Some time to look into where our stuff may have been taken.
Well,
Or
that
any
was
other,
an afterthought, but yes.
or any other goals that we may need
We
to
could also
accomplish.
we could also go back to the UC and see if any of these clocks that Virgil has now seen are the clock that man is looking for.
The man who sold us the cursed necklace. We're helping him.
It was-
Aaron.
It was cursed.
Cursed?
I mean, no, it wasn't.
And
Mild and
it kind of just shoots like a really.
As he sees the ring, he's like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you, Kiri. It's it
You
gives
do
you
that.
luck, but it also takes it away because you know, that's just how it works, gives and take. So we probably shouldn't put too much effort into finding whatever his name was, his trinket, just yet, unless we need to get to."
He said he would give us gold. We need gold.
Virgil just open palms the table full of gold that is before us. I think we're all right for the moment. Speaking of which,
Much gold is on the table. Yeah.
yeah, Virgil's
Yeah,
going to start counting out with the remainder of the time and piling
Yeah?
up.
Okay. Cool. Kyria, roll me a D100.
Money.
Money, 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 money.
Money.
There it
Roll
is.
like 20 or something.
62.
62. Pim, roll me a D100.
52 minus 65. You have 1 gold.
7.
Thank you. Liana, roll me a D100.
Big money, literally.
You can't do it with advantage now.
No.
Looting with
82.
advantage.
82.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Edivir, roll me a D100.
The big wait, what is that?
Or with
I
the
think-
double
I think-
numbers.
I think that's a 9, so that's the tens, right? So I think that was a
Yeah.
90. It's either a 90 or a 60.
Jesus.
Which way is
Does
the
it have a
line?
line underneath it?
Or a dot.
It actually doesn't. It doesn't have a line or a dot.
Oh.
Look,
Use a
I'm
different
not
one.
lying to you.
That's
Can't see
fine.
that.
Can't even fucking see it. Never mind.
That's good.
We'll go with the lower. It's 65.
65. Thank you. What is your roll, Virgil?
I will roll now.
Yeah, neither the 6 or the 9 has any indicator. It's just
45.
You should put a dot on one.
In that sack is 261 gold pieces.
Ooh.
5 by 5.
Is 52 gold pieces, 20 silver pieces. No. 52.2? Whatever.
Why doesn't
52.2.
someone just keep the whole lot?
Yeah,
52 gold, 2 silver.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's
Each.
split the
Go.
money.
Yeah.
52. 2 silver. Fuck off, Electrum. Every time. Every time.
So an hour
Uses them up,
passes. You will successfully complete a short rest. Is there anything anybody else wants to do during
Yes.
this time? Yes. Kyria?
Having spotted kind of like a couple times, Alara has healed people. I am gonna send a message out to the front,
Mhm.
and in Celestial, I am going to ask Alara, "Are you a cleric?"
In Celestial back, you hear, "Oh, no, dear. The gods were done with me many, many years ago. These are just skills that I've picked up along the way."
Oh, okay. So you don't know much about religion, then?
I'm not a devout person. No. I pray in times of need, as many desperate folk do. But beyond that, the gods have never really answered my prayer.
Okay, I was just wondering, any experience with death? Not like, have you seen people die? Just about. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Well, if you don't, dear, we're both lost.
It doesn't matter.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Well,
Yeah,
I could.
sorry.
I'm actually. I'm doing something out here that I could use a hand with, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, is there anybody else there? Do I need to?
No, you're okay.
Okay. And you just see Kiria, without a word, get up and go to the door.
Okay. And Kiria does just exit the room, leaving the other four of you there. Kiria, you walk out into the shop, and Alara is just kind of stood behind the counter, and she goes, "Are you sure?"
Things keep happening to me, and I don't really. I thought if you were a cleric, you might be able to, understand them. I don't understand it. They're saying that I can see ghosts.
Oh. That is peculiar. As in, all the time?
Well, I don't know. I thought they were just people passing me by and bumping into me, but they've said that they haven't been able to see anybody when that's happened. And then earlier I was able to talk to one. I don't really understand what's happening.
I don't know much about that, but I have heard folktale. Things that old mystics would say that have kind of stuck with me, really. I would say that if you have seen people who have passed, then at some point you must have either been within their realm yourself, or are currently within their realm, or have had an extremely difficult experience with death. Have you had such an experience?
A long time ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, yes.
I won't pry if you'd rather keep it to yourself, but a problem shared is a problem halved, as they say.
No, a long time ago, I had a brush with something unexpected, shall we say, and I was fine, though. I've been fine.
Okay. You seem fine.
Yes. No, I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure, maybe if there are, we know that there are gods, but sometimes they, I struggle to get my head around the concept, really, of there being these powers out there.
Oh, Kiria. You see, in this world, there are many fabrics of reality at play. There are layers to every portion of the world. The world and the existence that we find ourselves in has multiple layers within it, multiple unseen forces at will. There are gods at work. Their powers are often unseen. There will be more nefarious works at hand as well. But you must only trust in what you can see, but understand that there are always things that you won't be able to.
But what if what I'm seeing isn't real? That's what I worry about.
What makes you think it isn't real?
Nobody else can see it. If it's all just in my mind, then...
Then what's to say that that's any less real? It's real to you. And that's fine. I know what you're looking for, and I don't think I'm the person to give it to you.
No, and it was a long shot, but I thought I'd ask. And also, I'm sorry that we didn't do as good as we were hoping to.
Oh, what makes you say that? You did wonderfully.
We compromised you.
Dear, I compromise myself more often than I care to admit.
So you're not mad at us?
Oh, no. I couldn't be. You've done me a great service. You've managed to retrieve the goods that I asked for. And, look, you've not only helped me, but you've gained my trust.
Okay.
See, you will keep this to yourself, but
I will likely forget in about 5 minutes.
you're not the first group of adventurers that Tanner has sent my way in need of help and aid. But you're the first group that I would say have the right intentions at heart. You see, oftentimes when people are in need and in desperate situations, they don't really think about what they're doing. And there has been, let's say hypothetically, another group of adventuring individuals came in here and I sent them to do the same task. What was to stop them from taking all the goods, all the gold, having off with it, and just running off into the sunset with a small fortune?
That's a good point.
Just hear a dag in the back.
No, I suppose you're right. Sorry, I don't really get out much, and this is all very new to me, and it's proving difficult, but really thank you for, putting us up and also finding us a place. And
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for paying me rent each week. It's going to help with my overheads and bringing costs down and what have you. And
you're not selling me on being a landlord, by the way. That has no appeal to me whatsoever.
well, if you ever did come into a small fortune, I would highly recommend investing in assets, tangible assets such as property or things like that, because not only does the property value over time gain in value,
Kiria's attention's gone, like they're looking elsewhere.
So I know you're kind of like milling around the shop and she starts to explain the value of buying tangible assets in your lifetime.
Absolutely not.
And sees that your attention fades. She just kind of looks at you and goes, during our brief interactions, I've asked you a couple of questions that I've seen that you've struggled to find the answers that, if it were anyone else, would be quite easy to find. Do you have problems remembering things or keeping track of things?
Yes, I have for quite some time.
I wonder if I still have it. I know there was a lady in here not long ago, and she starts rummaging through drawers and stuff. I did have something. I had this beautiful piece that it was essentially that if it would help you with remembering things, that it would glow a particular color. If you were to remember something, it would glow a...
Was it a bracelet?
I remember all.
It was, yeah. It was a fine piece of gold jewelry, if I remember
yes,
rightly.
with an opal in it.
Yeah.
Yes, when? When did you have it?
Recently. Wait. If it's not here, then I will have a record of it in my ledger. Just wait. And she starts to flick through pages and pages within this huge leather-bound book. She goes, "Oh yes, here it is. Yeah, I sold this to somebody 3 weeks ago."
Morrigan?
I'm sorry, I don't have a name. I don't often ask for them when I'm dealing with people, but it was, yeah, somebody bought this about 3 weeks ago.
Yes, my mother's bought me it for my birthday.
That's your mother?
Yes.
She's rather beautiful.
Not biological, but yes, she is.
Is she seeing anyone,
Yes, she is very happily married.
Oh.
I'm sorry to
And
disappoint.
you see this genuine look of disappointment on her face. It's like, that's okay. That's not to worry. Not to worry. I haven't.
They might be open to. I don't know. I don't know how things work for them.
Swinging.
They, well,
Never say never.
The Artful Lodger. If you...
She literally writes down the Artful Lodger and like stars it on either side. It's like, good to know. Well, if you do see your mother soon, just please tell her to pop back in. And she forgot her receipt, you see, and you know, I would not be a very good businesswoman if I didn't at least give her the receipt that she forgot. So please do. If you send her back this way, I'll be happily, you know.
No, I can. If when I next see her, I'll try and remember that.
Yep.
She has a receipt to collect. Yes. Okay. I've lost my train of thought now.
Strangely, me too.
Okay. Well. The
yes.
bracelet. Yes. No, I don't have that anymore. That was taken away.
Oh.
Oh, speaking of, do things that happen to go through the prison equipment hold happen to end up here?
Sometimes. Not very often, but sometimes. Yeah. Oftentimes what they tend to do is they hold an auction, and any past prisoners' belongings that aren't claimed within a certain time are then sold to pay for the upkeep of the Iron Heights prison and yada yada. And so the wheel turns.
Okay, well, if you happen to come back into possession of it, then please let me know.
Oh, of course. Of course. So I didn't really need your help with anything, by the way, but I could hear from the tone of your voice that something was troubling you, so
I'm just not used to getting lost in thought, really. It's a bit new. Yes, okay, well, if you don't need my help, I'll go back then.
Oh, okay. Oh, before you do, 1 second. Yes, there it is. And she pulls down this small box and opens it and pulls out a small brooch, a very small, like, pinned brooch of a feather. And she just kind of hands it you and goes, keep that for you. Might just come in handy in a tight pinch.
Oh, thank you.
She shuts the
Useful.
box, puts the box on the shelf.
Touch the brooch.
Yep.
Yet another thing I've just put on my body.
Yep. Without thought.
Yep. And then I head back to the door and I turn around and go, oh, are you one of the landlords who was okay with decorating the property?
No. Why?
Well, too bad.
Okay. I am nearly done with the paperwork, so I'll be in shortly, and then you guys can be on your way to your new abode.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Oh, before you go, the first week's we pay a week in advance, so 120 gold pieces today, and then another in a week's time, and we'll go from there. So if you could just get that coin ready, I'll be in very shortly. Oh, perfect. I'll be in very shortly, and we'll sign everything up and get all the documentation in order.
Okay.
Walks
in.
As you walk back in, you just see piles of gold being moved towards individual people. It's like, oh, Kira, your cut is there. You good? You done? That was a while.
Oh yes, no, I'm fine. We need to pay rent.
It was 120, right?
Yes.
In a week, right? She said.
Up front.
So that's 24 each.
For the sake of brevity, you guys count your coins out. You all gain the benefits of a short rest, so if you want to roll in a hip die, you can. So yes, you guys get the short rest feature. So yeah, give yourself a short rest. A short time later, you hold on a second.
Say 24 gold each.
Yeah.
As in the take away 24 gold.
Yeah, 24 remove.
Okay. Alara comes back in the room and goes, right, I trust that you're all rested. I have the documentation for your rental agreement here. Again, just so that we're all aware, I have changed the names on the documents so that they don't obviously represent your actual names. So we have Kalen, and points towards you, Timothy. We have Thorian, and points towards you, Edivir. And we have...
Thorian.
No, Thorian. 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 And then we also have Draven, and points towards you, Virgil. We have Amara, that would be you. And we have Celine there as well. Please... There we are. And writes the names and hands over a rental agreement. So, all we need to do, just sign the paperwork, hand over the coin, I hand over the keys. It's all very straightforward from here. And then you are the proud rentees of my property. Did Ruth just say, sorry for the confusion? Because...
Nice.
Best comment of the night. Yeah.
incredible.
Do we have to call you by a silly name or?
No, my name is not on the rental agreement other than my own. So it is my property, so there you are. So 120 gold pieces, I thought we agreed. Fantastic. And hands the keys over.
Throw it in her face.
Do we have a map to
Take
this?
it, you fucking parasite.
Whoa. Whoa. Wow.
Excuse him.
No, it is south of the marketplace on the western side of the city. You'll find it on one of the main thoroughfares. I will give you directions as she starts writing them down.
Okay, that's
Very
What
well.
about the neighbours? Anyone we need to look out for?
No, they're wonderful. You have a lovely old couple next door to you, and I believe on the opposite side you have it is actually empty. There's nobody that lives there, so you're quite secluded. And it is not on one of the main thoroughfares; it's on one of the back streets. So I can't imagine there'd be many passers-by. It is relatively secluded, so you should be fine.
out of character question. Was the old couple that one of them accidentally
That was
died?
the upper city. That was the high city. I
Okay,
did not
okay.
No, it
murder anyone
wasn't.
in the middle.
No, it wasn't. It was the middle
It was
city.
middle
Next to
city.
the wall,
Oh,
but
for Pete's
But it was the East Gate, and so it was
Nope.
the northern.
It was
part.
It was the western side of the city as well.
Okay.
Oh, Lindsay has said,
That was
are there
out.
boys in the back streets? Nice.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Our group name, and there it is.
Boys from the back streets.
Boys.
Nice. So, Alara turns and goes, well, that about concludes our business for now. Should you need to be in touch, you know where to find me. Take some time, get adjusted to your new surroundings, and look, if I hear anything, then I'll be in touch, okay?
Just one last thing before I
It's
go.
never just one last thing.
No, it's
Well,
not.
one last thing from me.
One more.
Mm-hmm.
I lost an item recently. It's not of no value to anybody but me. But if you can keep an eye out for it, that would be.
Yeah.
I'd be very grateful.
Yeah, certainly. What is it?
It's quite a large necklace, but it has an arrangement of teeth hanging from it.
Immediately, the whole room just spins and looks at Kyria. Like, what the fuck? Oh, sure. Do you want to draw a picture of it? And then if I see anything like that, I can...
I mean, I wouldn't say that you would come across many necklaces of teeth in your business.
Okay. Well, if I come across any, then I shall let you know.
Okay, thank you very much. That's.
No problem.
I mean, I
Thank
still
you.
have my eye on you, but thank you.
That's fine. Are you going to put the parchment back where you found it? Or are you going to keep hold of that?
She hands it directly to her with her head down a little bit, like,
Thank you.
and then just goes to the corner and waits for everyone else.
Is there anything else anybody would like to do before you leave?
Before we go,
Mm-hmm.
One last thing.
I don't suppose you have a hand crossbow, do you?
I believe so, yes. It might not be particularly great. I can certainly have a look for you, though.
I intend on modifying it anyway. I just need the trigger mechanism, the arms, the guts.
Sure. Let me see what I can find. And she goes into the shop, comes back, and it's very, like, it looks rudimentary. It's seen better days. It's just, I have this.
Does it look like with carpentry tools and tinker tools proficiency, I could probably fix this up into something workable?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, God, yeah, that looks like shit.
I'm sorry, that's all I have. There are plenty of blacksmiths and weaponsmiths within the city if you need something a bit more.
I might be able to use some of the parts. What do you want for it?
Well, to be honest, let's call it 20 gold pieces, and we'll call it done.
Right, you are. 20 gold.
Thank you.
I shall take that.
No problem.
So should I assume for now that is not a functional hand crossbow?
It'll function, but you have to then roll a successful roll to see if it will or will not fire within use. Right. So just make a note that it is. You will, again, have to just...
I'm probably not going to be using it until I've fucked with it anyway, so that's fine. I'll keep my sling on me for now.
Okay. Anything else from anybody else?
Yes, just because I did say at the beginning that I had some business with you. I need, do you have any, spell grade ink at all?
I apologize. No, it's not something that I stock.
No, that's fair. Spell scrolls by any chance? Anything that comes your way that way? Sort of, no?
No, I do have some rather high quality parchment.
What are you looking to part with that for?
It is going to be 5 silver pieces a sheet.
Oh, I'll take what you have then. Well, as much as I can afford. So I'll take some of your finer grade paper then, please.
Of course. And she comes back with 12 pieces of high quality paper.
Nope.
So that's 6 gold?
Yep, I'll hand over the 6 gold for the high quality. Well, you don't have any ink, you don't have any spells, just paper, that's fine. The place we're living in, the closest arcane shop nearby, I suppose. The one that would be safe, I suppose, if I need to go shopping.
Okay. Depends what you're looking for, really.
Inks mostly. I need good quality ink for spellcraft.
You have got the marketplace. You could possibly try the Mystic Emporium or the Enchanted Emporium. Both are within the middle city. Yeah. I would say that is probably the best place. You have also got the Alchemist Alcove within the High City. They would probably have the best quality equipment. If you're not particularly fussed in terms of where and when you're picking up these magical items, you could always try the Midnight Market in the Lower City as well.
Why did you put that in quotation marks? You said magical, like it wasn't actually magical. What
well, it's the Lower City. People often it's the Midnight Market. People are they sell bloody like snake oil down there and all sorts.
Yeah, yes, we've been there. All right, I suppose that'll. I don't suppose you got anything interesting magical wise, do you? Any interesting trinkets or bits and bobs?
I have many magical trinkets and bits and bobs. What are you in the market for?
Well, and he sort of cracks his knuckles, like puts his finger there. As you're talking to a member of the Magical Gatherers Society, I am in the market for all kinds of things. What's particularly... I mean, I have 30 gold pieces to my name, so what have you got?
For 30 gold pieces, the wonderful magical items that I have You're going to struggle for that amount of gold, I'm afraid, Virgil.
I can give you a
no
magical
mates
mustache that never falls off.
It's a disguise self. It's just some glasses.
Yeah. With
But
a
if you leave it on for
mustache.
longer than an hour, it becomes permanent.
It's a pair of glasses with a fake nose and a mustache underneath. Disguise self glasses.
Leanna does pipe up over here in this because you can have my gold. I'm not using it.
Oh, it's like I've come back in a different form, a different campaign.
As she literally just hands over her pouch of
No,
43 gold, and she's just like, no,
no, it's fine. You might, I'll survive. I'm just being a little devil may care. It's fine. We should go to our new home. Don't worry about it. I'll come back to your shop when I've earned more.
Very well. Well, it was lovely to see you all again. I shall make arrangements and get word to Tanner that you were successful in your endeavours. Again, if you need anything, just please don't hesitate and stop by, okay?
Of course.
And enjoy your new home.
Well, for the rent, I hope we do.
We'll see. And just watch the crickets, will you? I'm joking, my dear. That was a poorly timed joke. I'll see you out and escort you all to the back door of the Hidden Star. And
I'm grabbing our previous contract before we go.
Oh no, she gave you the previous contract, so
Okay.
you have that anyway.
Yeah.
And you all leave onto the streets of the lower city of Wyndmere.
Start heading towards our new humble abode.
Okay, you all.
Virgil takes the directions for them all and
Look up.
starts doing that.
I'll
Yeah.
whip out the stopwatch. What's the pocket watch? What's
The
the time?
pocket watch. Now it's around 6:30. It is becoming evening. Okay, so it is starting to turn to nightfall.
I said
You
home.
what?
I'm just saying to the rest of them, let's head home.
Okay.
Well, I don't know the way. I presume you do. I put my cloak up and I'm like, Pim, do you wanna?
I'm okay. Thank you.
No worries.
Boys growing
Groups
up.
of two.
Hmm?
2 groups again.
Yes. What? Whoever wants to be in front with me, I have the directions here, so I'll just follow me.
Well, you go ahead then.
On my own. Okay, fine. I'll survive.
I'll
Walk
go
out the
with you.
door.
That's fine. And I join up with him as
Okay.
a
So
two.
Virgil
The-
holds his elbow out for a little link.
I kind of just look at him like, why is he posing like that? And just go next to him.
Just with that. Okay.
So, for the sake of brevity, you split off into 2 groups. Try to keep to the back streets of the city as much as possible, keeping an eye out along
Yeah.
the
Backstreet Boys.
along the way. You keep your eye out for any members of the SBC and City Watch. Any members of those 2 factions that you do see, you keep well out of the way of. And trekking through the cobblestone streets within the middle city, you eventually come to a new property.
Also
Do we
looking
have a
for
map?
Kyria.
any.
Wait,
Oh fuck!
wait, Kyria, make me a history check, please.
Is it a new build?
Oh god, it's not good. It's an 8.
An 8. This looks strangely familiar. You don't know why, but this looks strangely familiar. But before you stands a 2-story structure crafted from a combination of weathered timber and rough-hewn stone. Its unassuming exterior belies the vibrant life within. You put the key in the door and unlock the property. And upon crossing the threshold, you enter a cozy... I'm going to read this verbatim because this is a wonderful description of this property. You enter a cozy common area illuminated by the flickering light of a hearth. The fire itself seems to be magical in nature. Doesn't seem to be giving off any sense of warmth at this point. But as you kind of look, it casts dancing shadows across the mismatched furniture and well-worn rugs, creating an atmosphere of warmth and comfort. The walls itself are adorned with maps of distant lands and colourful tapestries depicting heroic deeds. Adjacent to the common area lies the kitchen. Again, you see that there is a large table which serves as the heart of the home, as it were, bearing the scars of countless shared meals. It's 2-story, so as you ascend the creaky staircase, it leads to living quarters on the 2nd floor. 4 rooms, each bears a personal touch of its previous occupants. You see that one seems to have been a wizard's chamber of some sort, adorned with some ancient arcane symbols, and there seems to be another room that has a weapon rack and a training dummy within. At the end of the hall lies 2 more rooms. You have a shared quarters, a spacious chamber with 2 bunk beds and 2 large storage chests, and a separate room that is a little bit more rudimentary in style. 1 very rudimentary bed, not much furnishings within. And through looking through the property, you get towards the back, where at the back of the property is a small courtyard that offers tranquil sanctuary amidst the hustle and bustle of this city. You see that there is a small garden, a small kind of gardening patch within this courtyard, where some form of exotic plants or herbs are growing within. Though modest in appearance, this house is more than just a shelter for you guys. It's a sanctuary. A home from home. And as the group of adventurers walk into the property and start making themselves comfortable, we're going to end this session here. But before we do...
It's on the wizard room.
Before we end...
I wanted that one.
Before we end tonight's session, Timothy and Liana, as you are both out in the courtyard of this new home, you both look up into the new night sky.
Yep.
As a new full moon begins to rise.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like you both to make me Constitution saving throws, please.
That's probably another thing we should look into as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not all
Something
100%
maybe
sure
we should
yet, are
ask the possible cleric. Rob, anyway. Constitution.
See a bad moon rising.
Okay, Timothy.
Is it save?
Yep, Timothy, what did you roll?
I rolled an 11, I think. Yeah, 11.
An 11. Okay. Liana?
8.
8. Okay. Thank you very much.
Strong rolls.
I am
strong
going
rolls.
to use my inspiration just to re-roll that.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna use my inspiration as well. Might as well.
Okay.
I have rats in the building
That was
already.
only better. Eight is still the highest.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
Tim?
11 is still the highest.
Okay.
Oh no.
Kyria, Virgil, and Edivir. While you are down on the lower floor of your new home, you all hear the unmistakable sounds of howling in the back, in the small courtyard to the rear of the property. Oh! And we will leave this session right
just looks to-
there. We will leave that session
Well,
there,
This is a joke.
and we will
Roger looks
pick-
at it and she goes, "Oh, the neighbours have dogs."
we will leave this here, and we will pick this back up next week. So, before we leave you all this evening, just a quick reminder, we will be back for Aerilon, A Destined Journey next week, and then the following 2 weeks after that, we will be releasing something new, something different, something wonderful.
Different.
We are going to be raiding tonight, so we are going to go and raid our good friends over at Wanderer's Haven.
Nice. We love them. We love them.
So
spam those raid emotes.
yeah, make sure that you spam raid emotes, show them some love, stick around in their channel for a little bit just to show them some support. And if you can lurk, then lurk. We love you all very much. Thank you so much for joining us again this evening. We will see you all next week. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.